Okay. I should be live. And I hope people can hear me, okay? Not like last time. So, if you can hear me, let me know. So you can hear me correct. Like not like last time when nobody can hear me. Okay, good. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time zone you're in. So many people, hi. Dear mountain people. Well, now it's people mountain, people sea. You know? Anyone got that joke? Chinese learners here, right? Type that out. People mountain, people sea. People mountain, people sea. And then it's mountain peoples, people mountain, people sea. You know, I think one of the reasons they changed the drama's name from 天涯客 to 山河令 is it's easier to create fandom with it. Like, how do we term 天涯客, right? Maybe everybody becomes a wanderer, but yeah, I don't know. So today is Tuesday, supposedly a working day. Somehow there are still that many people. What are you doing? Well, because I think in a lot of places, like North America-wise, we've got lockdown again. It's like everywhere. It's like, don't go out. I mean, from my province, it's, I think from Sunday again, they've leveled up the alert. So now the shops are, like all the shops are pretty much closed again. So, again, there's nothing you can do and nowhere you can go. Okay. Just love our life, right? How long has this been? It's been over a year and it still hasn't finished, and it's getting crazier and crazier in other places in this world. I'm like, what the heck? When is the end of this? I am not Canadian. I'm in Canada. It's a different thing. I've queued up for vaccine, but it's still quite some time away, and even that is not a guarantee because now there are mutated versions. I'm like, cool. Anyway, let's not talk about the sad things in this world. Today is the mountain people's celebration. Honestly, it's weird because this is the fourth stream I've had on this drama. On YouTube with me on camera, and then on the Chinese platform that's only with me audio, so not on camera, just talking. I also had 4. I mean, I had 5 stream, but I deleted one because there's one that really doesn't have anything in it apart from chicken scream. So the voice only one, I've got 4 over there. That's all in Chinese, and now with me on camera in English, there's another 4 on YouTube. Plus the 20 or so videos I've done, edits, right? Adding all the edits on all platforms together, plus the poems, the lip reading, the review, and the name meaning videos I've done on YouTube. I feel like the whole thing is like going over 30. Like if you count each stream or each video as one thing, right? Add them all together. It's over 30. And it's only like, it's literally accomplished within 2 months. So that would like average it out. It's like 2 days per. This is what insanity looks like, okay? See? I actually have 2 more edits that I've done on Bilibili. I didn't upload to my YouTube second channel yet, because one of them need to actually have specific English subtitle that I need to basically do 2 versions. The other one, I think it's because it contains a really long snippet that's like literally copied from the original drama, like within probably like about 10 seconds, didn't get any cut. I haven't tested it, but it may just get content ID'd and then not be able to, for me to upload, but I'll try. I'll try to see if it works. So, I've spent a couple of minutes talking about stuff. Today we're here to talk about the concerts. The May 3rd, May 4th, May the 4th be with you concerts. I'm pretty sure everybody here, everyone, right? The 857 people, you have all watched it, or watched both. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. How was it? Were you happy with the money you've spent on this thing? That's my first question. Are you like, yes, it's so worth it, take my money? How many people are like, take my money? The funny thing, right, is, yeah, it's like before it started to, I think when they first announced that, which was like mid-April, around that time, slightly before that, early April, when they said, we're gonna do a concert, and we're gonna open the ticket selling, and it's like, the real tickets obviously are much more expensive, but the stream is like, we're gonna do 2 days, every day is like 68 RMB in China. And pretty much like if you round up the number, it's pretty much the same prime subscriber cost per month for Youku on YouTube. So it's pretty much the same amount of money. And when that first came out, I was like, what the heck? You know, everybody's like, what the heck? Live stream? 68? Are you kidding me? Because Untamed back in 2019 was 30 RMB. It's one concert, and it's 30 RMB. And even then, people are like, it's too expensive for stream. And they are also the first drama that started to do the VVIP. The first one to do the last 6 episodes. You pay money so that you can watch it at the end of this week instead of next week. So Tencent started this thing, right? Tencent is responsible for the avalanche of VVIP that came after in Chinese dramaland, but they also did the first concert like that. And back then, everybody was like, it's so expensive. And then if you've watched the Untamed concert, I mean, we can argue if it's worth the money. It's not really a very well-organized concert, let's be honest, okay? But then it's the first one that happened because of a drama like this, so I guess people don't know what they're doing, basically back then. It's the first time trying, so yeah, it's not ideal. This time, so Youku is the trooping, so the sort of the they are the people who basically give the IP right out to this company called Damai. Damai is a company that does shows and concerts and stuff. So they are the performance handling company. So Youku provides the online stream, like the the servers and the web and whatever, those things, and then but the actual process and all the details and all the performance, like the stage, the lighting, the design, all that is done by a company called Damai. They've done really well. I think after this time, right, in the future, when there are other doing, they probably are gonna get a lot of bookings. So good for their business, because they've done really well. Okay, let's be honest, it's pretty well done, from all things considered. Thank you for people saying I look good today. It's just one of my regular piece of clothes. Relatively unpainful. Oh, and then you do see this, right? You do see him, right? He is here throughout this stream to represent all of us.黑子老师勇，太勇了。 Uncle is so like Uncle needs to get this, right? He's the hero of the show. I thought Eve would be I thought Eve would be the craziest person who probably will just make something that get cut out, but we're wrong. Hey, we were so wrong about who actually would become the most crazy person. So thanks to this company that took care of the entire concert and did it really well, and then honestly, we do have to thank the production company and its producer, because you know, like often you get a production company or producer or like whatever the artist agency who don't really actually care about the stuff they throw out. They just want to make money. Like they're here to make money, okay? They don't care about what the fans think, how good the story is, what the CP is like, and then if you do something stupid, you kind of destroy people's fantasy. Like last year, the other Youku drama that did another like really crappy concert. Not gonna point out the name here, but you all know what it is, okay? That just made everybody go like, what am I watching? Okay? And in comparison, what can I say? Word of Honor is like Liangxing, okay? Like a huge, ginormous conscience. It's like, we are gonna take care of what our fans want, and we know why we're here. The success and the popularity that this drama has literally all happened because of all the fans, right? The mountain people. Without the mountain people, nothing would happen. So they understand what they're doing. It's like, okay, we're gonna put on a show just to make you happy. So clever. Like they know, like it's like good business, but also like just like 正常人, normal people. This is normal people, okay, doing normal things that make sense, that make logical sense. So we can run through the highlights of the 2 days, and then we'll see where it goes. I have no idea. I did a stream on the Chinese platform with only voice showing up, but I did it 4 hours, which would not be here. Like, will not be this one, okay? On camera 4 hours, you'll see me melting in front of the camera. So that's not gonna happen. But I'm gonna talk about some of the highlights I've talked about in that one, similar, but in English. So, day 1, the 3rd. I love the fact that they did 2 days differently, but then similar. So the songs, the procedures are pretty much the same. What happens first, and then like the timing, everything. The second day is shorter because, you know, first day had to do something. Yeah, but then structural wise, it's the same, but then the details are different. So the singing part are pretty much the same, apart from the second day they had the original singer of Wuti coming in, whereas the first day it was not. And then all the gaming parts are different. And the opening sort of sit down, all the actors chatting part are different. So the nice thing is obviously it's clever because they do it that way so that you have to buy 2 days. You can't just watch 1 day, right? So you have to pay for 2 days, but also you don't repeat that. So as fans, right, you get more. You get more, basically. You get double. You get double the fun. And for all the games that they've designed, and the voting thing is like how many people have voted for this game or not, I'm like, that's totally rigged. There's no way it's actually, they decide what they want to do, okay? They just put a fake number up there and they decide which day do what game for what purpose. Like, it's so obvious. And the games are designed in that way to, again, fan service, right? The first day's games are all physical contact. It's like, okay, it's just like your intention is so blatant that you just want these actors to each other, right? So no matter what people vote, you're gonna put those 2 games on, and I know, okay? But we happily all just go with their excuses. So day 1, I'm gonna put up some pictures. This is day 1's first exciting moment. And I don't know if they planned it or it's just on the moment thing. You can see those three guys behind them chatting and was like planning. It's like, okay, I'll do this, and then one tells another like, let's do this and let's do that, and then they did this, which I mean, it's not very like it's very blur here, but it says 老温 love 老周, right? For this one, okay, so in case copyright captures that, I take it off. But for this one, honestly, I didn't expect this could happen, and it got cut out of the official version. So now if you go on YouTube and then YouTube version, it's like snip, they cut it that bit, right? So it's not in the official one. So like nobody can really report or censor it. But the thing is, when it was first live streamed, right, people recorded, like a lot of people did screen recording. So there's plenty of screen recording version floating on internet. So like doesn't matter, the official version, it's gone, but everybody has seen it and everybody has a copy of it. It's just so like that's the first day. So on the second day they changed the people behind these two, right? They moved these three to sit behind them, just in case those old guy, right? Like not old, they're not old, they're just slightly older than these two, are gonna do something stupid. But this guy in the middle, right? Duan Pengju, the actor, he's also one of the directors. So he's pretty much put there to say, keep it under control, okay? Just don't do crazy things. Make sure, you know, like the two person on your side are not gonna do crazy things. But this guy is very funny. If you've watched the part that's behind them, like in the makeup room, like the interview behind the scene, because they have 3 camera angles. There's one angle, and there's one part of that director, and he literally was like doing 相声 with the other 2 actor, and then the next day when they did that, he just kept laughing. I don't know if you've watched that part of the video. He literally laughed for 5 minutes non-stop. It's so funny. Anyway, okay, so that's like the first. I feel a little bit sorry, honestly, for the 2 lady who are the hosts, because they're definitely like, what the heck are you doing? Like, how am I supposed to handle this? Like, they've done so many things that just made those 2 ladies' life a miserable hell. And let me see how many images I've put out of this. And then when they do the number hugging game, this is just so so Zhang Zhehan, right? Just when you, because the host was like 4, right? Number 4, and she's clearly saying 2 and 2 need to hug, right? So for 2 and 2 to hug, everybody's waiting for Zhang Zhehan to hug Gong Jun, and yet. Obviously, first to keep it under like control so that things don't go crazy, but also just unexpectedly and very, very reasonably, the 师傅 hugs the student. And they're laughing so happily. It's like, you didn't expect, hey, I'm gonna hug my 徒弟. So that Gong Jun was like, who am I supposed to hug now? Do I have to hug Yi Fu? That would be terrible. That part is golden. If they actually hugged, it wouldn't be as fun. It wouldn't be as fun, right? It's actually funnier that the 师傅 and the student hugged. Master of game. Like there's so now on China's internet, I know this thing has like already finished for how many days? A week, right? A week, exactly a week. But people are still digging stuff out. Like literally like 1 second of look, 1 second of expression. Like people are still doing GIF and then digging tiny moments, like microscopic analysis of like what goes on in this concert. Everyone is just like looking from all camera angles and then trying to dig out everything. It's crazy. Every day I go, like I turn like I go on Weibo and I see And I see people just manage to dug out new stuff. I'm like, so everyone is actually unnaturally talented. Like everybody can be a spy. Like everyone is a secret agent. It's just like given enough motivation, right? We all become national security. Like, I'm just gonna see everything. Overinterpretation is definitely going crazy. What else do we have? I had this screenshot because it's so cute. Look at the kid. It's like, I am so happy I'm playing a game. Okay, I need to take care of this. And the 七巧三秋丁 game, that one is so dark, so obvious, and so intentionally for physical contact. I was shocked when they said how we're gonna play the game. We're gonna stick things on you, and then you need to. So it's 十八摸. It's 十八摸. It's 周野, like it's 故乡 in the big restaurant place when she like smacked those 3 guys. And before that, she sang a song which is 十八摸, literally means 18 touch. It's like a very well-known Chinese traditional song. And this is the game version of 十八摸. And obviously they have to put it on the 2 leads, and they have to do it that way. And the part was like 不能藏在后面，藏在后面不能播啊，不让播呀。The part when Gongjun said, you know, like you wouldn't be able to broadcast this if it's that image. So this image on the screen, he is saying that it's like if you hide all the nails on his bum under that skirt, I cannot reach out and touch that. And then this part, when they do the second round, when Zhang Zhehan goes to touch, like trying to find the nails on Gongjun, he is so just like looking, like before the game, he's like, I'm just looking at what position you're gonna hide the nails. and then I'm just like, yeah, I'll get ready. And then he grabbed 2 nails out of that, which is just like so, come on. And this part, when he's turning in circles, if you pay attention, the host Xie Nan, the lady said 在逃. She said 在逃, okay, but she didn't say finish the whole sentence. She said, because he started to turn in circles, and the host was like 在逃. She didn't say 公主, which is princess. So this is princess on the run, and yeah, it's a gung. It's a meme on China's internet, and because of Zhang Zhehan's princess skirt, we all know like he has this like almost like Victorian skirt that actually has no supporting side. It's just him, okay? And so this is well known, and because he turns in circles, he looks really, really pretty. And the host, the lady, Xie Nan, she knows everything. She first has definitely watched the whole drama. She knows all the memes that's related. She knows what's the internet sort of popular terms people have made up for this drama and for the characters, and all the things, even like the more remote. If you're not a hardcore fan, you probably don't know some of the things. She like in her lines, right? Clearly she knows what she's talking about, and she definitely like nudge it right in the places when it's the right. Like on the second day they did the Coke, like the very hard Coke insert backstage when Zhang Zhehan is speaking for that, and she knows the gung. She knows the gung of Coke. How many people? Yeah, you probably all know, right, about the Coke meme, the Coke story of these 2 actors. And it's not one of those very obvious things. If you only watch the drama, you wouldn't know. You have to watch the special features. You probably have to go on Weibo. You have to go into Chaohua to know what the Coke story is. And she knows. So I'm like, okay, good for her. So the Coke story, the 鱼粉 story, and the sandwich story is like one story. If you're gonna watch the special feature that's of them filming the Chinese New Year's Eve dinner scene, on this, like there's special features showing what they're doing. They're kind of like rehearsing before they shoot, and they start to chat about, didn't you eat my grapes? Didn't you eat my apple? Didn't you eat the food I bring on set? Which is from Zhang Zhenghan talking to Gong Jun. It's like, didn't you eat this, that? Didn't you drink my Coke? Okay, and then Gong Jun said, didn't you eat my sandwich? Okay, and the story behind that is, I think I've mentioned it in last stream, which was back last year, back during the time when they were filming. One day Gong Jun was out to do other stuff while he's filming, so he went on, he made a vlog, and he went into his car and he said, I'm off to do whatever. And then because he's also filming the drama at the time, and he mentioned that he made a sandwich that got eaten by his colleague. Okay, so people managed to link those two and realized it's you know, like, you ate my sandwich and you drank my Coke and you ate my grape and you ate my apple, like, you know. So that is totally in the special feature. If you only watch the drama and you never watch the special feature and you never really go anywhere to look at what the fandom is talking about, you wouldn't know. Like, this is much more remote. And she knows, okay? She knows about the Coke. So I'm like, thank heavens they picked her. And Xienan, for people who do not know, she's been around for a long time. She's the wife of Wu Jing these days, right? She's famous for that. But before that, a long time ago, she was a television host at Beijing TV. And when her trademark is she's always in short hair. Also, back in the early 2010s, she's really popular. And because I was making a digital, like a small film production with a friend of mine, and one of the characters in that film, they really wanted to cast her. They want to get her to play the female lead role, and they tried really hard, but she's too popular and too busy. So they couldn't get hold of her. They got hold of another television, a female host, also in Beijing TV, slightly less popular than her. So they got that actress in, and so that's why I know her back then. Was like, yeah, she's popular, and she's been around for a long time. So she's a very experienced host. She knows what she's doing, professionally speaking. And she, when some like accidents happen during the live, she can very quickly, right, bring it back. But she also knows everything about this drama, so yeah, she knows everything. Haha. And yeah, like she said, she's very she knows like Yifu, the actor, for a long time. They're probably the same age range people, so yeah. The Coke part, I don't know. Like, just let me look at some of the chats. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They said they have to do the Coke per mouth. Yeah. So the Bazaar one they did last year, like charging drinking the Coke, you know, per sip. So that thing keeps going on between them, which is Coke is a big thing. Lucky us, eh? And because of my software setup, every time I turn it up, it will just go from the first one. So let me just yeah. So when he managed to grab 2 out of his shirt, Gong Jun is like, because you're too not observant. This guy has already figured out where you're gonna hide it before the game started. Yeah, this is I did this one. 场面一度失控. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how my software works. It does weird things. Okay, so this is 场面一度失控. Zhang Zhenghan is crazy, right? He's just grabbing on his clothes. He's like, I'm gonna tear off your skirt. And people are like, stop it! 又不能播了. It's gonna get cut out again. And look at this, like look at how funny this is. Everyone is just like, just Chengling. Just look at Chengling, right? And he's again the tool person standing on the side. I'm like, looking at you adults going crazy over something that I'm kind of not supposed to know at this age. You know, you have the feeling like this, he knows, right? He's a very clever kid. He knows everything, but he pretends to be like, I'm so innocent, I don't quite understand what you guys are doing. But he knows everything, because you hear these actors talk about actually on set how Chengling is, Chengling knows everything. And at times he will throw out a comment that's super sharp. And then we got to this part, which is just, what can we say, hey? The classic. Just look at the images, you don't need anything, it's just too... So the nice thing about this is they are all in costume. If like imagine, right? Imagine when they're playing out this scene and then they are all dressed in contemporary clothing. It would be so weird. Can you imagine that? It would be so weird. It will literally weird people out. And also like when Ye Bai comes, like Hong Yong-min is so funny because when he comes into that scene, like you are not actually filming it on camera, so you don't have to do it. Nobody is cutting it into anything, but he's like my professional habit is like 我静啊，我静一下，我静一下, I'm entering. So he jumps up and jumps down. This is the common wuxia novel, wuxia drama filming is because you need to film that one instance of him coming down, right? And then to link to the previous shot, but then the actor would just hop, right? And you cut out the first part of him hopping up and then you only keep the part of him landing. So that's how you film all those entries, which is stupid, but it's how it's done. And he's like, I'm gonna jump in. And I'm like, but it's live stream, okay? Like you're not filming the drama, you don't have to do that. It's stupid, but he's like, I'm doing it. And I'm like, okay, fine. And he doesn't have a sword. So he was holding that ridiculous plastic hairpin. And the whole thing just... Zhang Zhenhan was like so zen throughout the whole thing. He was looking at Gunjing and he was looking at me like, this is stupid, what am I doing? I'm so common. I find this whole thing ridiculous. And then to throwing some classic Chinese film reference. I have to run this again, sorry. I didn't set up this very correctly, so it has to be run one by one. Hiya. Yeah, this part. 10,000 years. 你不配，你不配，你不配，你不配，你不配，你不配. Yeah. So the game is really fun, and then once it got to this part, right, this is the best part. Look at that. I'm saying this show has some superpower watching over it. There's some kind of like weird fate thing with the hair thing. It's so cool, and this cannot be planned. This is one of the things that just never can be planned. And today, before I sat down to make this, they released new happy birthday stuff for Zhang Zhenhan. And in that one, they showed like some of the on Youku, some of the earlier stage when they are doing the styling and then shoots. And the funny thing of this one, like I can just show you on the iPad of them doing that. So they're taking a photo of them drinking. One is from like their flask, is that the word? Yeah. And then the other is from the hulu. So they're drinking and they're taking a photo, and the moment they put it down, the string on that got tangled. It's so funny, and the string got tangled. So they have this on camera, and then, you know, obviously at the concert, these two's hair got tangled. And I'm like, just, yeah, okay, fine. You know, somebody is doing something for sure. And And the tango thing, if you if you wear hair like I do for certain videos, you know, if you have like the little things that coming down, it just like 99% of the time it's gonna get tangled with your hair in some weird way. But it's uncontrollable, so sometimes when you see those really pretty hairpiece, like for them to film, the actress is just in pain because she cannot move. She literally just has to be like this. Just tiny movement, you know, a strand of hair is caught. And so they often keep refilming, like reshoot, just to make sure it looks perfect. But for this type of show, you can't cut it. And then, and also because hair and hair tango is like in Chinese at least, right? I don't know in other culture like whether it means anything. Some culture may be, some culture may not. But in Chinese, hair and hair tango just means you're husband and wife. Like you have to be husband and wife to have your hair and hair tango. And traditionally speaking, on the day of your wedding, one of the things you'll do is you'll cut a strand of your hair off from the two people and then braid it together and keep it and in the bag or something. And that's like one of the formal procedures you have to go through, which is like now you are husband and wife because your hair are together. What can I say? Yeah. I was like, of my Chinese live stream, I was like, there's definitely a fairy or some type of like, you know, like things you cannot see that's working on the day. It's like, okay, it's my cue. It's today, my KPI. Today, my job is to, at this moment, tie them up. And then fly away. That's my job. I need to do, yeah, a deity or fairy, whatever. Like it definitely, like something is going on. Okay, it's just too coincidental. You can't just have so many coincidences. Because this drama already has like 1 million coincidences happening. It's too to be not planned and destined in a way. I can run through this one and then we can talk a few things about the first day and the second day. Yeah, so that part, this part, tying up the red string. This is so wedding, right? So parents and wedding. And 曹夫人and 相公. And then on the first day when they send the 天问. This part is so funny. It's like, do you want to go up? The last note. Do you want to go up? And Gongjin's like, no, I don't want to go up. Yeah, bowing to the parents. They send the 天涯客 and then they send 天问. But 天问 is so, they changed the key so much that Zhang Zhehan just effed up the first line, the first one. And I think he was so shocked because he probably never happens to him. And he's like really confident, right? Like I can sing, like although I'm not like professional singer. And the first day, I think the first day they didn't do very well. The adjustment or the audio equipment, like it's not working perfectly. But the second day got much better because the first day they probably had problems, and then the second day was like, okay, taking the lessons from last time and we're gonna do it better. But the first line is just it's like, oh, what? I missed it. Oh what heck. And then Gongjin came to his rescue. How interesting, hey? That's fate. When you think, right, you're safe, doing something that you have 100% confidence in. It's like 河里淹死会水人嘛. It's the people who can swim who get drowned. Because the people who cannot swim will just not get close to water, right? It's the confident people that dies in the water. And but also like it's weird. Like I thought they would have rehearsed the version that they're singing because it's like really heavily modified from the original version. Like they lowered the key so much that I thought they at least have practiced it, but still he didn't come in at the right place, which is funny. but I think Gongjun is just like he needs a vocal coach to teach him a little bit to know he can. Honestly, his voice, although is low compared to Zhang Zhehan's voice, it's not so low, right? Because the version that you hear now is like a 1 octave lower plus 1 note down. So it's like 14 key, which is too much. Any normal human do not need that much to be able to sing. And the reason that he lowered it to that point is for the last bit, for the chorus to not be too high for him to sing. But he can. And it's not that hard at all. It's just he probably doesn't know how to like use the head, right? Use the head, not just use the vocal here. And so he thought he has to like just do it very dry to push it up, and he said I couldn't do it, but he can. As soon as he switched the concept of which part of his body he uses to sing, he can, and he did it the next day. So I'm just saying, he just need a little bit teaching. I think he will be fine. But still, the first day is like this, like the lowering is a little bit too ridiculous, because I tested it like with a very high, so generally speaking, quite high note. Most notes are quite high female song, and lowered it 14 key, and I'm like, I can't sing it. I sound like this throughout the whole song. But it's fun. It's so much fun. Right, like we've got that on camera forever. And I think after the first day, for the people who weren't sure about whether they should come in for the second day, everyone was like, okay, I'm paying the money for it. Okay, I'm paying the money for it. Some people, I think, like 10 minutes into the live, was like, okay, I'm buying it. Yeah, the second day is the rapping day. We can quickly run through what happened on the second day, and then obviously the second day starts with Heizi 老师 doing something that is just so shocking. He first says, "We are here as 见证人, as witness for 温州之恋." These two are like, what? And then look at what like the people behind them. Look at their expression. Look at these two, these old people. Look at all of them. It's like, what the heck have we just heard? And after Heizi has finished his Beijing opera, because he's actually a Beijing opera trained performer, he also said 白头偕老, right? Which is, I wish you to grow old until your hairs are white. It's a common term for you know, like congratulating marriage for husband and wife. So he said basically 温州之恋, the love of 温州, and then he said 白头偕老. So I think this is the 白头偕老 part or something. Shock. Look at the shock. The golden expression. I'm like, what the heck have we just heard? Oh my god. We're gonna get censored. This is not gonna go out anywhere. Look at everyone when they heard that. Oh, I can look at like their expression and laugh at it for like an hour. Everyone is like that. We've done something that we're not supposed to do. This is also cool. I hope I don't get copyright strike later. This? 毒菩萨, you are the new 迪丽热巴. I didn't know she's so strong. You know, 迪丽热巴 is known for how strong her arms are, right? She can hold people up and then like in princess style and turning circles. Right, and she does this, and then nobody can win. Like all the ladies, at least in the the crew, is like, no, we can't. Like even guys sometimes. I think she did that with 赵露思, and then for sure 赵露思lost, and then she did it at one of the entertainment variety show with a policewoman, is it? Can't remember, but that lady is like security or policewoman. And then she won again. And like she's not tiny, but she's really skinny. Delia Bai is super skinny, so I don't know where that muscle comes from. It's insane. Thank you for Thahira. Thank you for your super chat. So somebody is sending me messages. Just 1 second. Okay. So the shock of the second day. Hey, what else do we have on the day? Yeah, there's a lot of like Yifu said 夺人所爱 on the day too. When you go to an island, who you're gonna bring? And Yifu is like, I'm gonna bring Zhang Zhehan because I want to 夺人所爱. And those two were like, you know, they turned around, they walked away, and then they walked back. Wang Ruoling, okay, in my opinion, is a little bit over the top most of the time. Not a big fan of sometimes stepping over the line too much from this actor, but he's always like that. He kind of is like that. When he was younger, he's kind of like that. Like if you've seen him cross-dressing and doing all kinds of stuff, he doesn't care, right? So it's still within what he's like, normally speaking. So I wouldn't say he's intentionally trying to rub off these two's popularity, and particularly this Lang Lang Ding CP's popularity. But he sometimes just overdo it a little bit too much, because it's not really his stuff to talk about. But then you know, we know what he's like, so kind of like, yeah, expected. It's from him, it's expected, but from Heizi, it's totally unexpected. And you can tell, like, for the actor Heizi, he's doing it not so intentionally. He literally thinks it's normal. That's why he does it. Like, you can tell he has this attitude and this feeling of like, why are you guys acting so like excited? Isn't this normal? Or isn't this what we've already been doing? While we were filming last year, everybody on the crew is like that. We've made like he's like, the hidden lines of his action is like, we've done crazier things behind the scenes, right? We've joked about these two much more than the level that I'm doing out here. And I mean, all those people, thousands of you, didn't you just come for this? Why did you pay the ticket money to come in to this concert if it's not for this purpose? So now I'm just saying, I congratulate their love. Why are you all screaming like you are not supposed to see this? And you can tell, like, Heizi is just like so... And it's so funny because he's exactly 20 years older. Exactly 20 years older than Zhang Zhehan, to exact date. He was born in 71 on May the 11th. He's also graduated from Shanghai Theatre Academy. So they are from the same school, graduating, sharing the same birthday, exactly 20 years apart. And Heizi's real surname is Zhang. Go figure. So he is a Mr. Zhang who is exactly 20 years older than Zhang Zhehan, graduated from the same acting academy. Did you know that? Heizi is his sort of artist name because he's probably Hei, right? Like his dark skin tone. So for him to say 温州之恋, I'm like, okay, another thing from Word of Honor that just like is weird. It's like scripted. It's like heaven scripted it. It just doesn't feel like a normal thing. Plus the Yang Wanli actor, right, who didn't come to this one, who played Deng Kuan. He shares the name with the Song Dynasty poet Yang Wanli, who wrote the poem now is being used by all the mountain people to describe what they feel. It's like they can't get off the mountain. Isn't that weird? Because Deng Kuan, the character is the last character in the entire drama, sort of witnessing the god version of the two final, like the two leads with his son. And that actor's name is exactly the same as the poet's name more than 1,000 years ago. and who wrote that very famous poem. 莫言下岭变无难，什么行人什么错喜欢。正入万山圈子里，一山放过一山拦。So that poem is so funny. So literally it means, don't you say, just because you get off the mountain, you're gonna be fine. You know, everything is, all the troubles are gone. And then as a trailblazer person, right? And you are mistakenly optimistic. You are actually right now, as you get off the mountain, you are entering a circle that's being surrounded by 10,000 mountains. And 一山放过一山拦, which is one mountain let you go, the next mountain will stop you. So he wrote this Song Dynasty poet named Yang Wanli wrote this poem over 1,000 years ago. And now it's being used by the mountain people in China to describe the fact that they can't get off the mountain because they're being stopped by one mountain after another mountain. And the funny thing is that poet's name is exactly the same name as the actor who played Deng Kuan, the Yueyang Pai's first disciple, the guy who Xiaolian eventually married, and the guy who took his son to get a private tutoring lesson from the God version of Zhou Zishu. So many mountains, so many coincidences. Hey, what can you say? So Heizi 老师 is Mr. Zhang, who is 20 years old older exact. It is fate, okay? And what else do we have? I'm just looking at all the images we have for the second day. Yeah, this part we have to talk about it. too classic. Okay, let's move forward, see if we have more. Do I have more screenshot? Yeah, the wrapping part. This part is cool, right? They did the design did the 2 white plum flower. So intentional. I love them. This part when they are supposed to do the rainbow fart, which is Chinese term for praising people in the most ridiculous way, they start to do chicken fight. 这个老妖怪，你个老怪物，你个小蠢货。The sad thing is Ye Baiyi, Huang Yongming is not as tall as Gong Jun, so in this fight, right, he cannot win. The unfortunate thing. And the rapping is I think Gong Jun is better at rap than at singing. Maybe that's the direction he should be going for the future, right? If he wants to get into singing, maybe that's the direction he should be going, because I feel it's much better than him singing. He can be a good rapper. I mean, I can see the possibility, but singing maybe not now. This part is funny because when they're doing that Tianwen the second time, they are called screen, like windscreen wiper. They were wiping the windscreen. And then finally we got to the part when they're doing that big confession, right? The funny thing is, I think they didn't plan for the specific one Zhang Zhehan did. They just planned for, we're gonna say something at the end. But then once Gong Jun finished saying that, and then Zhang Zhehan is like, and once they finished talking about the proper, you know, like the normal procedure thing, and Zhang Zhehan is like, I'm gonna add a little bit. I'm gonna add a little bit to this. And I'm pretty sure at that moment, the director, like the stage director, and the Youku people, and a lot of the people, yeah, sitting under the stage, are like, shit, what is he gonna do, right? I'm pretty sure, like, the stage director is like, in the mic, it's like, everybody get ready to cut. Everybody get ready to cut this feed when I say so. Okay, just cut it when I say so. And everyone's like, shit. And probably the hosts are like, fuck. Everybody's like, no, what is it gonna do? It's so funny, like, when I was watching the live, I was like, holy moly, this guy is going, because he's known as the madman, right? The phones. So I'm thinking, what is he gonna do this time? Shit, you know, we are all shaking. And it's like, the cupboard door, right? Is everybody's like holding the door. It's like, don't come out, don't come out. But it's such a great speech he did. And okay, so I don't want to offer like over interpretation. I personally, I don't particularly care what is the real relationship between them, you know? Whether it's that type of relationship or it's just friendship and it's just like, it doesn't matter to me. I mean, even if it's for real, right? It's not like their wedding, I'm gonna get an invitation. So it's like, does not matter to me. Personally, I don't benefit from any type of relationship that they have, whatever it is. And I don't care, okay? As long as they're happy, it's fine. But the version that they've done, like the version Zhang Zhehan did, is just so fitting. It's very fitting. It's fitting for these two actors, their own journey. It's fitting for the two characters. It's fitting for the occasion. Fitting for all the people who bought the ticket to come here to watch his concert. It's fitting for wrapping up the entire drama. From when they started making it to you know, got popular, and then there's this concert. Everybody is here. It's just so fitting. And it closes the doors, but it opens possibilities, right? It closes the door for the drama, which is what he said is like, after today, right? We are gonna go back to be who we are, right? The actor, Zhang Zhehan, actor Gong Jun. But he also said, in the future, you know, like as the big brother of yours, who's only a little bit older, and he's like, if you know, have problems, right? I'm gonna always be here. So that is the future extension of their relationship, which is, you know, like, yeah. And then he very, very skillfully tied it up for the entire sort of fandom, which is whether you like my character or you like his character or you like our character together, right? Whether you are here to support me or support him or support us, you know, we all thank you for that. So it just closes all possibilities for future discussion. It's basically the people themselves, the CP themselves, put a stamp on the whole thing, right? Just stamp it and then say, this is our official explanation of what goes on between us and how we view us and our characters relationships and our personal relationships, okay? So this is the official version. In the future, right? If crazy things happen, if you crazy people or some crazy people out there do stupid things about that, you know, it's just your doing. None of our business. We haven't done any of that. We've already put it very clearly out, which is this is the official version, okay? And you've got our answer, so take that. And it's just so cool, right? And imagine all the previous, like, doesn't matter if it's BL CP, it's BG CP. Drama CPs, who's done that before? Publicly, in front of thousands of people, and then broadcasting like live, right? And just saying this. And clearly, right? It's like no ambiguity going on between about that. This is the version that we are gonna, you know, put a bracket on this whole thing, and then. So that's why this is one of a kind, hey? One of a kind crew, one of a kind show, one of a kind everything. The future comers, you've got a huge, this is the Mount, like I said, this is the Mount Everest of CP in Dramaland, BL Dramaland, pretty much everywhere. Like, I doubt who is gonna top this anytime soon. Maybe not ever. Do I have all the images? Yeah, some of the images for my software is weird. It wouldn't show, but most of them are there. And just when you think, 我的 CP 毕业了, my CP is bad ending in a way because like they've said this is the ending from tomorrow because they did change their profile picture on Weibo, and it's like, okay, this is the official ending of it. And that's only, they're acting it for you, okay? And we have to tie an official tie at the end of this whole thing for the public, but behind the scene, immediately they went to their dinner party, right? Because it's like the Oscar dinner party. After the ceremony, everybody goes and the entire crew is there. Everybody in this show now is eating that food with this poetic dish name that's related to 天涯客 and 山河令. And they were on the stage and they start to sing 爱拼才会赢. For people who know this song, right, you can type out the explanation of what that is. And it's just, they've just leaked that video out, I think, today. So it's on my iPad. Huh. That one. So what he just said is when they told him that for this concert they're gonna do the hair and makeup as a drama, and he was wondering you know, whether it's gonna be the original hair and makeup people, and it did turn out to be, and he was very happy so that everybody is here. And then at certain part of this, right, they're singing. So let me pick out the part. It's so funny. So for people who know this song, okay? And the lyrics of that is 三分天注定，七分靠打拼，爱拼才会赢嘛。So 30% is heaven dictated, 70% is your hard work, and if you like to work hard and strive for it, then you can win. So these two are so funny, right? They've just said such a sad like goodbye in front of the entire concert people, and then immediately going to the dinner party is like 爱拼才会赢. We are 爱拼, right? We 爱拼, so we won. And I'm like, okay, fine. Okay, cool. And then yesterday in China, or today here is 11, but then you know yesterday in China is Zhang Zhaohan's birthday. And Gongjun obviously went to Weibo and said happy birthday, and then Zhang Zhaohan replied under that, and that is the first comment, the hottest comment, and everybody under that is like CP 粉狂欢, it's like CP fan going crazy. What can I say? Like, this is the best CP 营业, right, I've ever seen. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's BG or BL, really, anywhere. It's a huge mountain for people to top. I'm just saying. Let me look at some of my notes and see what we can talk about, because we've talked about some of the highlight points of this concert, and I'm thinking what I should be talking about for the rest of the stream. Somebody's sending me messages. We can talk a little bit about, I mean, overall, right, this this drama's. First, let me talk about the faithfulness of everything, and then we can talk about the drama as itself. What kind of like special things, like for the future comers to come and what they do. Yes, and on my Chinese stream, I did talk a lot about the fan created content, but that's very much focused on the content that you see on China's social media. So international wise, it wouldn't be the same thing. We'll see. Well, we can talk about that. Yeah, the fate thing I've already said. This drama has a little bit weird thing. Like not a little bit, a lot of kind of like destined thing, right? With it. So at the end of this, when you look back on everything that has happened, it really gives you the feeling, like in a way, it is kind of handpicked by certain weird universe rules about what needs to happen at a certain point of time. And when you think about whatever within a business or profession, or like say for Dramaland, a particular genre of drama, there's always this thing. Every couple of years, something would happen, right? That will in our way, in our by our standard called bao, or like milestone, or having a certain sort of particular historical role that they need to play. If you far down the line you look back, and it's kind of one of those things sooner or later would have to happen, but it just depends on which one takes that. It's pretty much like lottery. It's like you may be buying lottery for the entirety of your life. You never get like one lucky strike, but then every time there's big jackpot, somebody wins it, right? And so for sure somebody would win it, but it just may not be you. But then it has to be somebody. So I feel like for Ling, which is its nickname in China. Thank you, Michelle, for your super chat. For Ling, it is just the chosen one for this year, and probably for the, let's say for the BL drama's development in China. From its early stage back in the 16, when like Addicted kind of came out, got popular, got stopped, got taken down. So that's the first step that was like out and stopped. I mean, there are many more dramas, actually, BL dramas that have been made during those years up to now, but the known one, like generally publicly, most people who care about the BL adaptation know, started from Addicted, and then 2018 Guardian, and then 2019 Untamed, and then 2021 we have this one. If you look at that projection, like that the progression of each drama kind of like do something, right, for this genre, and they kind of accomplish certain historical tasks that they need to accomplish at that particular time point. So Ling is the 2021, the sort of fourth one, like known one, down this line. We do not know for this genre what's the future development, what's the next coming one, what it's gonna bring to the table, the new things, and then how it's gonna, because usually for this type of drama, it has its cycle. It's like an ecology thing, right? Something starts and then it gets to the prime, and then it starts to decay, and then it goes, like it fades away. And later, somehow, many years later, this trend starts again, and it's just cycling. So we are in the cycle of BL drama. Thank you for your super chat. I do not know how to pronounce your name. Do you want to CH? Lian Feather. I don't want to butcher people's name. Mikahara, you're here again. That thing is not like, because I think there's something weird about that sci-fi novel thing that has got like a lot of internet fight, and I don't know what happened actually. People told me like, and I was like, I don't care, I don't want to look into it. So I don't know about the sci-fi thing, whether it's anything. I don't think it's gonna go to anything. It probably is just some, like that person who got the Hugo Awards said something, but like there's weird internet fandom fight over that one. So I didn't look into it. And honestly, I still don't know and don't really care about that. I mean, I'm all for their second sort of working together, but I hope they do a totally different thing than they've done this time. right? Better to be totally different character, totally different setup, totally different type of whatever for that. And it will be, and I'd say like better script is more important than anything else. So Word of Honor this year, 2021, you do feel like it's taking a different historical role in this entire development line of BL adaptation in Chinese dramaland, which is previously, during the last couple of times, the entire operating sort of mechanism of this type of drama has gotten to a weird place. It has fallen into the trap of, it has to be, when the show shows up, everybody is CP fan, right? Or the CP fan takes all the main sort of, they are the people who are at forefront of publicity, popularity, doing all that. But then, not even as soon as it finishes, sometimes like to the end of like later stage of the drama, the what we call 提纯 process starts, which is so stupid. Purifying or extraction, which is now, because for two guys to be bound together, it doesn't create really good future business value. So now we're gonna break these two and into individuals. So each of their a single fandom starts to fight like crazy over everything, and then the terrible trolling on the internet starts to fly at each other. And that goes to, and then there are people like the so-called 营销号, the particular type of accounts that just try to add oil to fire and just make it a mess, right? To the point where eventually the two actors, single fandom becomes like enemy in a way, and they're like that. And then for all the CP fans, they become the least, people who have the least saying online about any of their opinion, and they get marginalized. Although in the beginning it's them who did everything, like, you know, like literally it's the people who ship the coupling of two people makes a drama popular, make it big. And this whole thing just has become a weird cycle, and it becomes very quickly, people learn this is how it's done, and they keep repeating this pattern so that everyone feels like it's inevitable. It's inevitable that it has to happen. First it's this, then it's this, and then it's that, and we're gonna just see it repeat. And honestly, for normal people, it gets tiring. So sometimes you feel like before you jump into a drama, right, you have to worry. Before it got popular, it was like, should I invest my emotional energy and time into this? Because it's gonna end ugly later. I mean, if I like it too much, would weird people come up to my social media and starts to like send me 7,000 private messages to say weird things. So before you even like want to go into it, you're like, yeah, I need to double think. And maybe it's not worth taking my time and energy and invest in this, because it's just gonna end up in shit just like before. And yeah, it's like that in Chinese drama now, which is just absolutely weird and wrong and twisted and toxic, sick. And I'm happy that this drama, although I know like these two single fandom are fighting all the time, okay? It's not like it doesn't exist. It does, and it's pretty crazy too. But the good thing is themselves, right, are so frank, straightforward, and blatant about, we are really, really tight, so go yourself, okay? If you wanna, it's your business, it's your doing, and you're sick, you have problems in your head, go and fix it, okay? It's not our problem. But as us, right, we clearly multiple times have shown and talked about, like, you know, so whatever you do, it's your problem, not ours. And previously, the CPs in Chinese dramaland haven't really done that. Like, they either just are very ambiguous, or they don't like even in any way interact. I mean, privately, some of the people might still be really good friends, you know? And I'm pretty sure privately, actually, there are like really tight people. I'm not gonna point out what it is, but Some of you probably know, right? Like this is fandom, everybody knows. But like publicly, right? They never show up again together. They don't like they're living in two universes, which is just. But for these two, it's like, yeah, we do not care about what you think. we're just gonna do us, okay? And we're like, okay, so this is actually possible. We don't have to go down a stupid route of single fandom fighting against each other. We can still be good friends, and then it's just job. It's just people working together. And then obviously there are like people who super ship the real RPS, like the real person slash between these two. And then there are people who do not ship that, and then it's fine. You know, it's your personal preference. Whatever you want to do, it's fine. I would just say, I just find it's weird is sometimes people want to put it out on public platforms. I think that's a little bit over the top, which is, you can interpret them however you like. You can do your detective work. You can use a binocular and you can use a microscopic analysis, and you can go and figure out their movement on what day or what hour took what flight, therefore they're physically together in the hotel. Like, I don't care. You can talk about that in your private chat group. You can talk to that to your good friends. I mean, you can, if you have another person who is like that in your life, go and have fun. Write fan fictions. I mean, great literature pieces have happened because people fantasize other people's work or other people, okay? Go and look at your own language, cultures, great stuff. Many of that is made because of fan fiction. But if you want to actually look at these two real person and their real life, and don't put it out on public platform. It's weird because there are so many videos like that. I don't know on international platforms. I haven't followed up that, but on Chinese ones there are, and it's weird. Some people are so weird. They make videos and they put it out on public platforms, and they say because his lip is broken here with a little bit mark, or because his pants are too tight, therefore he's wearing his pants. I'm like, what? What? Like I said, privately, you can do it, ship it however you like. I mean, you can freaking make a shrine in your home, right? And I don't know, like put all kinds of sacrificial stuff for these CP and hope it's true. And it's fine, just don't put it out in public. It's so creepy. Like, there are people in China who are like literally checking like their schedule, and so physically whether they're together on one night in one same city, whether they're wearing each other's like accessories and clothing, and whether they have kissed backstage before they come up. I'm like, what? You have too much time, kids, on your hand, okay? And you're creepy. And if you're creepy privately, it's fine. Just don't do it on public platforms. Yeah, there are so many videos like that in China. Can you imagine that? And because Bilibili would send this, right? Like if you look at any of those ranting or Word of Honor related, it would just push the related stuff to you. And I've clicked open a few that just get me. You know, like the famous meme of the guy in the subway. And that is over the top, I think, okay? But then, you know, just don't do that. It's weird. I'm pretty sure it's not just China. I'm pretty sure everywhere there will be weird, creepy people who do that. I mean, honestly speaking, okay, from a Word of Honor for the real actors who are in this drama, the Zhou Ye and Ma Wenyuan CP probably would be more real after you've seen the concert, if you have observed. Like then, I feel 90% real. I don't know like how long it's gonna last. Maybe they're just gonna be here for, like together for a bit, and then they're so young. They're like literally early 20s. So unlikely it's gonna continue to anything for real for long term. But these two, okay, are much more realer, okay, than those two. Because they're 30 years old guy, right? They have a huge career ahead of them. I doubt there's like too much of a. And I've heard other stuff about, you know, like having girlfriends and stuff. So I don't see 100%, you know, in any way that it's like solid. And you can go fantasize them. And if one day it turned out to be true, you know, good luck. You know, like you are a lucky person. You've hit hit a gold mine. But to me, honestly, looking at the concert, I'm saying, yeah, 马文远 enjoy it. For now, you two are real. Later, I don't know. Because it's very obvious, like for these two, it's like totally so obvious. It's like it's if they're not very that way close, there are things they wouldn't do while they're on concert. Okay, you see how they interact, right? Grabbing a hand in the way that's so natural. It's like not even thinking about it, and like that hand grabbing from Joey on Ma Wenyuan, it's like it's not a friend grab. Okay, it's not a friend grab. You can tell it's not a friend grab. I never grab a guy who is not my boyfriend in that way. No, no way. I publicly, okay, when there's a huge camera watching over. It's just so, and then when they're rehearsing. The rehearsing that got leaked is like snapping the mask. Okay, there's no way I'd snap a guy's mask when I see him, you know, and say hello when he's just a normal friend of mine. It's that like I can't do that. That's weird. So, okay, I'll just ship it for the moment, and then whatever happens later is fine. They're too young. They're too young to make it last forever, I think. But at least for now, it's really cute. So you know, like when they're singing and they're crying like shit, it's like, yeah, it's real emotion. Who said Gong and Zhang adding together is 60 years old? You're so cruel. But it's true. Yeah. Yeah, the joke about Gongjun is before this drama started, he went to Hainan, which is the island, and then there's famous Bodhisattva statue, and he went there to pray, I think, for his career. And after he's prayed, he realized that statue is actually that the Bodhisattva is specialized in fertility or marriage. And when he was praying, the candle, I think the candle dropped on his hand, the wax, and he took it as a sign for the Bodhisattva returning his prayer and saying, but he didn't realize it's a marriage and fertility Bodhisattva. well, you can say, you know, word of honor is his child. It's his child. He got it, right? But in case of like, you know, like relationship and romance and marriage, well, who knows? It's just funny. Like he said the story himself, right? So and this time he has to return. He has to return to that temple and thank, right? Like officially, like buy a huge, like ginormous incense and just put it there. 6666, right? 8888, and then just pay it back, which is quite silly, honestly. Like if you are, you know, like Buddha, you don't care about that, but he probably has to return now. Look at how many ads and how many spokesmanship and how many he's gotten since March. I lost count. How many people have kept a sheet of how many brands and ads and he's done? I'm pretty sure he's now 财富自由. He's achieved his financial freedom. He didn't just pay off all his mortgage. He probably can buy 10 more houses just for the money he's earned during these 2 months. Yeah, people are putting out different numbers, so that means nobody has a proper record of how many. It's too much to the point nobody remembers anymore. And I think it's time to stop that. He needs to stop that and then go back to do his proper job, which is acting. All these ads and stuff, right? Is kind of it's kind of consuming your popularity and what you've built up, and you need input. You need more input to continuously cycle that. And also there's so for the Fateful thing, we've pretty much said everything about what is weird about this drama, all those coincidental stuff. And then there's definitely in the internet in China leaked stuff that's been talked about everywhere, but who knows if it's true. But I think all the Chinese speakers know, which is last year when they were filming, or before they were filming, or during they were filming, there are at that time people who care about this project, like fans of whoever, and want to know if this drama is going to do well. So they went to ask for fortune teller, and there's screenshot of that fortune teller, you know, typing back of stuff. Thank you for PS2714. Typing back is like, you know, so this person went to the fortune teller, asked twice. The first time asked for something, and then second time after a while asked for another prediction. Both times turned out to be really, really good, like the best version you can possibly hope for. And now, so these 4 lines are now well known within the Mountain People fandom. The first time I think it came out as 满地锦绣 梁陈玉君, the first one came out, right, which is 满地 full of the, like, covering the ground. 锦绣 is the embroidery and the really brocade, kind of like heavy textile that has a lot of decoration on it. So it just means really pretty, like, outlook, right? It's like 花路, a flower path that has all the good things in it. Thank you for Lin Fang for your super chat. And that's a crazy lemon that looks so cute. So 满地锦绣 梁陈玉君, I think it's 梁陈, not 良辰, because somebody typed 良辰. I think it's 梁陈玉君, which means a good subject meeting its ruler or its sovereign. So it's talking about a good pairing, all right, between a ruler and the best official that they can have. So it's like a collaboration, good collaboration. So that's the first one that came out. Thank you for highest hero. Thank you for super chat. And that's the first one. So it shows it has a good projected future. The second time this person went to ask the same fortune teller, they did it again. It's another good one, and it turned out to be what's the second one? People type it out. I think most people know that in China. The first one is 满地锦绣梁陈玉君. The second one is 名利双收天定良缘, right? So the second one is 名利双收天定良缘. 名 means fame, 利 means benefit, so money wise. 双收 means you get both. Okay, you get both. And then 天定良缘 is heaven dictated good 缘. You know what 缘 means. If you are my viewer, if you don't know, that's a problem. You should have known. It's a word that a Chinese character that just showed up too many times in my videos. Since, like, who knows when. So, heaven dictated good encounter and fate, and you will end up getting both fame and money from it. So in that chat, right, a screenshot, because both times are good, and the fortune teller is saying, this is the best you can get, you can't get better ones. And if this drama doesn't succeed and do good, you know, I don't see how that's possible. It has to be good. So now these 4 lines are the mountain people's well-known line. Youku has released just one video today for saying happy birthday. And like most of it is repeated content, but at the beginning they did show their styling shoots and also their script reading. When they sit down and before they shoot the drama, they're all just reading the script. They showed a little bit, very small footage part of these two when they not first met, but like pretty much on early stage of their meeting. And the first shot is them actually sitting apart, like it's a big room with conference table, and they're not sitting together, and they're saying hello, you know, my name is this, and I'm playing this role and in this drama to everybody. And then I'm not sure if it's the producer or the director off camera is saying, why are you two sitting too far apart? Sit together. So from that moment on, they're doing it intentionally, trying to put these two together. Chikrita Wonder, sorry for screwing up your name. Thank you for super chat. Yeah, keeping you on the mountain. So that's the first shot, and then the second shot of them doing the script right, and a second one is again off camera, probably director saying, have you added each other on your WeChat contact? And then Zhang Zhihan is like, not yet, and then it's like, I'm adding it now. So we've seen the moment when they added each other's WeChat when they're doing that script read, and then there's one shot, like one small part of them doing that Wen Kexing touching Zhou Zishu's face and saying, you know, why does it feel like real skin? And that's their first, while they're reading the script, that's their first moment of doing that. So I just have it on my iPad. So Youku has released this today, right? So they're already acting at the moment when they were doing the script reading. And it's funny because when they're shooting it, they added that improvised line is like, do I look pretty? And Gongjing is like, perfect. So that's added, it's not in the script. In the script, it's the one that they've run through here. So I was like, they definitely have the entire, okay, reading on camera somewhere hidden on somebody's hard drive. And I want to steal that one. And we all want to steal that hard drive, okay? Because it's definitely somewhere on somebody's something. If they've released that, they have the whole thing. If they're sitting down and reading the script for a couple of days, running through it, and then figuring out what we need to do here and there, all the main cast are there, they probably filmed the entire process somewhere. And we're like, we want it! Ah, where is it? You know, like, can we go on the dark web and then just hire like special agent team? We can crowdfund money and go let them hack into, I don't know, the production company or Youku and just steal the hard drive. I just want to steal the hard drive. I mean, I want to do that with Guardian. Back in 2018, I said I want to steal the hard drive. Let's crowdfund somebody to go and steal it. This time I want to do that again. And the version that they're doing probably would be the version that didn't have any cut, anything. You know, like it would be the most original version. Yeah, so I don't know in the future if they're gonna throw out more stuff of their sort of preparation, the process. I really want to see that, but I don't know. Depends on if they want to do it. Oh, and did somebody also, I think today I saw somewhere is for the producer and director, they had over 20 pairs of prospect actors. So they paired potential actors together, one pair after another, pairing, and they paired like over 20 different pairs. And they eventually settled for the one that we have today, about picking different people. And yeah, if it's that many people, right? If it's that many people who have auditioned or for whatever reason got into this, and they are pairing who can work with whom and whatever, again, heaven dictates. With all those pairings, there will be a very small percentage of one particular pair gotten picked, and then they are the best, right? They came out as the best. And also you have to say thank you to the director and the producer. It's like they're sitting there watching, and it's like, yeah, that one is good, pick that one. I'm like, good eye, good eye. You, So for the people who are working in the industry, you really have to know your shit, basically, to know what works and what doesn't. Comes with experience, also comes with some people are just made for it, right? Doing this business, they know what works and what sells. So we've talked a lot, an hour and a half. What else do we want to talk about? For the people who do not speak, like for everyone who do not speak Chinese, it's a little bit sad that you wouldn't be able to enjoy a lot of crazy content that's going on China's Bilibili or other platforms, just because this drama gets so many fan video, fan stuff. Some of them are very, very interesting, but if you don't know Chinese, you can't watch it, which is really sad. There's a person who is in the industry, probably one of those people who decides what gets produced or not. He has a small channel, but it's doing very high quality video, and he would analyze the scenes and stuff and talk about, you know, what's going on, what's not. He's a very funny guy. Small account, but it's all in Chinese, so it's hard to enjoy his stuff. I think it's called Disc Dreamer. It's on Bilibili. He's done analysis of like the episode 6 of what the sexual connotation behind the scenes are, which is like, I doubt this, the director actually is that intentionally putting stuff, reference and imagery into that. It's definitely more like a film student, like I've done doing analysis of film and overdoing it, but it's fun to watch. And this is one type who would look into details and dig out what those imagery reference means. There's a type that would do psychology analysis. There are a couple of actual psychologists, yeah, psychiatrists and psychologists on Bilibili looking into the characters, and then read really deeply into the psychology and the internal logic of those characters and stuff. That's really fun. There are a couple of accounts, but then everything is in Chinese, right? And then there are also reaction, but then like different types of reaction. So there are reaction that shows their face. There are reactions that only has voice. There are reactions who are designed to, who are more sort of talking about the plot, but then there are reactions who are just from the beginning to the end ridiculously funny. Yeah, 高冷人设绝不崩. So Y Liang has typed out that name. His video or her video, it's like the account owner is a lady, but she grabs a guy to watch his drama with her, and they record what they've spoken. This is so funny. Till today, it's the funniest reaction I've ever seen of any content on internet, and it's so intense because this guy's mouth is like a cannon. Like he throws out cannonballs, pop, 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 like that, and it's so funny. He's so funny. He literally can create jokes out of everything, and it's so funny. But it's all in Chinese, and because he speaks so fast, I don't think it would ever get translated into another language for people to figure out. And because his jokes are so like you can't like type out other languages to explain what he's doing, and I'm like, oh my god. I just hope the entire world can enjoy his funny reaction. And I know you just have to be Chinese and really good at Chinese to understand what he's doing. But 发宽请教一下. So now I'm following this guy. I'm following his reaction like crazy. Like every day I'm just waiting for, are you gonna throw us a new episode? Like, cause he's just too funny. He's just too funny. Before him, I couldn't imagine anyone would be able to do reaction of Word of Honor like that. But afterwards, I'm like, you opened a new world for me. So people, you have motivation, okay? To learn Chinese. So one day you'll be, honestly, go and learn Chinese, okay? Go and learn Chinese, and 4 years later, when you are totally fluent, go back and watch his videos. You'll still be happy. And you'll feel like it's worth it. They do subtitle their own videos, so even if you don't follow his speech speed and his accent and vocabulary, you still be able to understand what he's saying. 4 years later, it's not too late. You know, Garden is only 3 years old. Learn Chinese today, okay? Wait for 4 years before you're totally fluent and go watch his video. Missing this guy's reaction would be something that you've missed for this lifetime. I'm just saying, it is that funny. And I have become a fan. And I even started to ship this content creator and this guy. Cause I can tell these two are not just friends. No way, okay? I feel like they're literally like sitting on the same bed, reacting. They're probably pinching each other while they're reacting. Thank you for Adriana. Life is crazy on the mountain. Don't leave, you know. I'm not leaving anytime soon. Like, I'm watching other dramas, but like I'm still on the mountain. I literally just basically hold my iPad on the mountain and watching, but I'm not getting off the mountain. I can still watch other drama while I'm on the mountain. No way of me getting off anytime soon. Your mom, golden years, thought they were husband and wife. Yeah, I feel like that too. Or at least like boyfriend and girlfriend, like really tight. Cause there's no way you'd be so intimate and happy talking about a normal, like about something with a normal friend. So for everybody who's watching my video, I'm weirdly advertising for another content creator who is in 100% Chinese, who do not know I exist and probably never will. And who's on Bilibili that most people do not have an account with, probably watching my video. It 高冷人设绝不崩. Okay, some people have already typed out that name. Keep it on your whatever, and then it's one of the things that you need to check out one day. Okay. And definitely, like, I can't do that. Like, if you ask me to react, I wouldn't be able to react with that intensity. Some people, after I've done this, like, after this whole thing get processed by YouTube and finish streaming, I can put a link of his account with a pinned comment. Okay, I probably can, okay, I'll do this. I'll ping all the channels I think that has really interesting content on Word of Honor on Bilibili, but they don't have English subtitle. I'll ping it in the comment under this stream afterwards, okay? And then I'll let you know what it is, and you can go and check it out if you want. So there are a couple of reaction up, right? That's what we call them in China. A couple of reaction ups who are really good. Couple of psychology analysis, really good. Couple of not that many, but there is one guy who's very interesting because he says he reads scripts every day. So he probably is one of those platform people who gets, or production company people who gets the script in and then checking them every day and see if it's worth making or worth invest money. So that's that guy. And he definitely comes from film study background, because I can tell, like when he starts to talk about like film analysis and in the video he analyzed I can't say this word now. He did the episode 6 river lake scene, and he did it pretty much in the style of when you go into film school. You would, for example, cut a 15 minutes out of a film, and then you look at it literally shot by shot. How long is this shot? From which second to which second? What is in it? How it's filmed? What it's trying to do? What's the color? What's the, like, you do that, and it's one of those homeworks you have to do for film school. If you've gone through film school, you know, one of those courses is something like this. And he did it in that style. Like the moment he did it, I was like, yeah, a film school person, a fellow film school person who has suffered that painful experience. So this guy is definitely learned in this, and he's doing a job that's related to it. And then he looked at different stuff, but one of them is Word of Honor. Quite enjoyable to watch his videos. Very relaxed style. Yeah, it's something like but I don't do, just because YouTube would have too much copyright problem with that type of content. Yeah, you can watch Bilibili without an account, but you can't comment. I think you can't comment. You can't send live comment. You wouldn't be able to add stuff. Like you have an account, you can follow people. You can keep something in your folder. But if you don't have an account, you can only watch. You wouldn't be able to do all that. And these days, do you have to go through the question to get new account? I don't remember it. I don't know anymore, because my account is old. It's from many years ago. So I don't know for today if you have to have the answer, like the exam. You still have to? Okay. Probably you need to get somebody to do it for you. Jiasong, I don't know if he's on YouTube. If he's on YouTube, he must have some weird special license with Youku. Because he puts the entire freaking episode on his reaction. So they definitely have to have some special, otherwise we won't be able to do it. Chrome, yeah, does Chrome, can Chrome do translating words? I don't know. But Golem is so worth watching. He makes me so happy. Like watching his, I think every episode of his reacting to Word of Honor I have watched over 3 times. For every video he puts out. It's that funny. It's that funny. And he's already created a couple of memes like 罚款, paying fines. And he has already created 四目相对即是磕, right? Like 4 eyes, literally like 2 people watching. The moment their eyes touch, you can start 磕. You can start shipping. Lee, thank you for your super chat. Wow, that's a huge super chat. You know, you don't have to send me super chat. Like, I'm really happy just talking to people. Sit on the edge of the mountain, enjoy a Chinese drama movie together. Yeah, it's getting into summer, so the snow is melting on the mountain. They can finally get out of the armory. They've been under the snow for entire winter. Couldn't get out. Songshu, yeah, there's a guy called Songshu Shangwang, squirrel getting on internet, and yeah, he's funny too. He even to this point still doesn't know. He only just realized Wen Kexing is not the son of Rong Xuan. Previously, he believed very confidently that Wen Kexing's real name is Rong, right? And he's really proud that he figured it out until episode 13 when he realized, hold on, maybe I'm wrong. And every live comment is, yes, you're wrong. Yeah, the sister tricked him into that. It's funny. So there are a lot of fan-made content that is very unique. In a Chinese stream, I said that I observed for Word of Honor, it created some new stream of fan content that is just non-existent for previous IPs that are made into dramas like this. Guardian didn't have that, Untamed didn't have that. Pretty much no drama had that, because there's no huge amount of people were rushing in to do reactions, no psychological like analysis, just never seen that. So it just shows the drama, because the drama itself has the content that is rich and complicated and worth talking about enough to the point that people can make this type of fan video. If it's just if the quality doesn't sustain that, nobody would be able to make that content. And so it shows it is like special in that way. And if the future dramas can do that, it totally depends on whether it has this much content. So it's a 36 episodes that has a lot of stuff in it. And if you have a drama that's 50 episodes long, but then it doesn't have the density, right, of that kind of content packed in, then nobody can do that much fan video out of like reacting or doing whatever to it. So it kind of shows, and it's a naturally happening thing. You can't force it to happen. Yeah, so I'll just remember to put that under this video. Okay. What else do we have to talk about? I think we've talked about most of the stuff about the concert and related to that. And in the Chinese one, I also said for the two actors, they really need to thank these two characters. They are lucky. They are so lucky, okay, to got those two roles. And they're lucky that they found each other. Because if it's one person there and it's not the other person, then it wouldn't work either. So they're lucky on themselves, but on their own. But then they're lucky that they met the other guy. And the only reason that these two are getting so much now is because of those two characters, and those two-dimensional characters made them, and which is what I also talked about in the Chinese stream, which was for actors, right? The most important thing is getting a really good character for you that fits you and you can do well, and then like that is like, yeah, that you cannot ask for it. You have to be in a way lucky really to get a perfect role. And so many good actors for their entire career just don't get one. Like they're good actors, but they just don't get that made for you only and it's perfect role. Most people don't. Even like some of the popular ones, actors, right? Like you can say that they got their popularity through some very lucky events, and then maybe it's not them. Like even till today, they're well known, they're famous, but they really don't have a character that makes their names, like it's the character. So for the really lucky people who got famous, not everyone has one, and then for the rest, hardly anybody got that lucky. Zhang Zhehan is so lucky to run into Zhou Zishu, and Gong Jun is so lucky to run into Wen Kexing. Without these two characters, they're gonna still be their 18 actors. Chunming, thank you for your super chat. So good character, good script, and then luckily they run into a production company, a production crew who cares about the story they're telling. Even when they're poor, they still are good storytellers. So that's also important. Lots of good supporting roles, supporting actors. Yeah, this drama has some very good supporting actors. Oh, the funny thing I just quickly mention was the other day I was screen shooting for a video that's gonna come out on Thursday. So I was screen shooting and I was looking at the story between Liu Qianqiao and Yu Qiufeng. The sad the pathetic BG couple in this drama, right? I was looking at their acting, and episode 13 is the actor playing the actress playing himself. So there's he's reciting a poem in front of the mirror. And so he starts as a guy, but then acting very much like a girl, and then tearing the skin off, right? So I was screenshooting that particular scene, and I was looking at his performance. I was like, yeah, he's really good. He's really good. So I sent out a Weibo on my account, and I'm saying, you know, this actor is really good, and I need to remember his name. And later, in my comment, somebody sent a screenshot, and this person basically sent my Weibo to the actor. And the actor said, oh, cool. And the actor wants to comment under my post. But because I set my Weibo as you have to follow me before you can comment, because I've had a lot of weird people. So he couldn't comment on mine. And so he replied on his WeChat to that person, is like, but I can't comment under her account because I need to follow her first. And I was like, this is so funny. So this person sends me that screenshot in the comment section, and I look at that, and I reposted it. I was like, yeah, I stopped him from commenting on me. Sorry, 掌门. Because he's the head of the Huashan Pai, right, in the drama. And it's just funny. It's just funny. The thing is so funny. And he's Ro, right? He doesn't have that much screen time. He's pretty much the background most of the time. And then his love story with Liu Qianqiao, there are 3 really important scenes. One is the raining day when they meet. One is like when they try to rescue Xi Sangui, and the one is at the end before she kind of decides to forget him forever. That big scene, and then the final scene when they're in the Ghost Valley and then they die. So they don't have that much screen time, but it's a very interesting couple. And I just said the guy's acting is really good, because when he was acting, the girl playing him, and there was a scene of two of Yu Qiufeng facing off each other. I was like, it's really well played. This is a good actor who captures that subtle difference, right, between a guy and a girl playing a guy. And it was good, and I was like, yeah, good actor. I wish he has good roles in the future. So there are many actors like that in this drama, like supporting roles who are very like peripheral. And I mean, I'm not talking about the main ones, like Ye Baiyi, Huang Youming, a main one, Xie Er, Yi Fu, Li Daikun, Wang Ruoling, main supporting roles, and Ma Wenyuan, Zhou Ye definitely main supporting roles, but they're like less main, more supporting roles. They're also very good. And thank heavens they're all there, because without that, this drama also wouldn't work. The thing I think that makes so many people being able to analyze this drama into detail and also making the reaction, like huge reaction video, is because pretty much everybody's story is worth watching, or every supporting role's storyline is interesting to the point that you wouldn't fast forward it. There are so many videos, so many dramas these days in China that are like, only the main cast, right, the 2 main role story is worth watching. And all the supporting and all the plot is there just so that they can have a story told. And so some stuff can happen between the 2 main roles, but the story itself is so stupid and boring that you just want to fast forward. And you like double speed, triple speed it through it, and there's nothing you can say about it. You can't react to it because it's just like waste of my time. And so many dramas are like that, all right? I mean, let's be honest, to a point, to some extent, right? Guardian is like that too. Guardian's extras and Guardian's extra storyline, some of them, it's just so... It's not just bad, it's literally, it's laughable. 快乐地心人, right? The happy 地心 people. Or all that ridiculous stuff that happens in the... Let's be honest. Some of the Guardians extras acting is eyesore. It's like, oh my god, I can't watch this, move on. Oh my god, what the heck is this? It's embarrassing, right? You literally dig a house with your toes. It's so cringy, like that. But this drama actually overall, I think the supporting roles and their plot lines are worth watching. Obviously, there are a couple of points in the drama I think they could have cut it shorter or, yeah, still work on it, but 90% of that is good. So, and also, then I also talk about this, so mentioning that here again, which is for those two actors, if you have become a fan of theirs, right? Now I need to vaccinate you to help you feel better for the future. Okay, so not the best thing to hear, but the thing is, if you've fallen in love with either of them and you hope that in the future everything they do are great, keep that expectation low. The truth of Chinese drama land is the entire business is pretty effed up now for every reason, everything. It kind of got messed up about 7 years, starting like 7 years back. It started to get even worse, and then it's trying to recover. Okay, but like it's the Silent Spring scenario, not happening with Earth, but happening with a general environment of something, which is once you've put that much fertilizer and weird chemicals into the soil, it takes much longer for it to recover. So for Chinese dramaland, it has been messed up so much for the last couple of years, and you want it to recover to become another good environment that supports good creative work. It's gonna take a long time, okay? So the most likely thing that would happen to these two is for the drama that will come out later, some of them are made before they got famous, so keep your expectation low for the quality of those dramas. And for the future ones that are gonna sign now, definitely they're at a different level, so they probably have more choice with scripts, but still, even with that, okay, even with that, the fact is every year in Chinese dramaland, less than this number of good dramas show up. That's really worth talking about. This is the fact, okay? It has been like this for years. It's not gonna just next year suddenly change. Or suddenly you double or triple the amount of good script you're gonna come across. And for them to be able to hit that again, you're asking for too much. You're asking for a person to be, like, get a lightning strike twice in a row, okay? Thank you for your super chat. Okay, it's not CCP banning anything, you know, supernatural content, or like people often think CCP is the only, like China has one operating brain that is a CCP and they control everything. No. With a 1.4 billion country, yeah, people have weird ideas about how it works. Just think, like in your little company, if it has 200 people in your company, how many different groups and how many different powers are at play within it and then outside it, and is it like one person's brain decide everything? No, pretty much like there's like clan fight, right? Like political fight goes on between different parts all the time. So same thing, okay? Nobody does like one decision that makes it happen for it. Yeah, real world. But for Dramaland, because of this, generally speaking, the low pay and low respect and low power from the scriptwriters who can write really good stuff, and obviously you have censorship in place, but censorship is not the biggest problem. It is capital trying to manipulate this, and they're treating this business basically as like soybeans and as whatever you sell international market as sugar. They only look at it as return, right? They just want a return of investment. They don't care about what quality of stuff they chuck out. The more money I can make, the faster the better. And however the content get effed up, I don't care. And it is a big problem that has made the whole thing like this. And plus platforms try to monopolize. iQIYI, Youku, Tencent, Mango, you have 4 big ones that are trying to monopolize everything. And they try to control the actors, they try to control everything. So all that caused the quality drop of Chinese script writing and then drama making. and too many hands, like too many chefs in the kitchen. It's not actually the people who know how to tell a good story telling the story. It's the investors, it's the people who put money in. It's all those ridiculous stuff that's going on that's messing it up. And it takes a long time for that to go back to a more acceptable level. And because of that, keep your expectation low. I'm just saying. So for the next dramas of Gong Jun or next dramas of Zhang Zhehan, if it came out, it's just meh, or it's just like, don't get disappointed. I've already told you, it's more likely to happen that way than anything else. And like I said, if you want to pray for them to be in good dramas or getting good roles, don't pray specifically for them. Pray for the entirety of the industry. Pray for Chinese drama making industry to get better. Okay, to get more reasonable, to become a like more supportive environment for creative work, and that will help them to get better roles. If you hope like specifically for them to be able to basically dig out a piece of gold out of a shit pool, you're really asking for too much, right? And it's very unlikely to happen. Yeah, the industry is pretty effed up, right? So it needs to get a lot of the tax thing that happened since 2018 is just the beginning of it. Yeah, overpay, and it's not overpay like the Zheng Shuang thing. It's mostly just money laundry. It's like, yeah, super money laundry. Bye bye for people who need to go. And if that doesn't get stopped, right, you're not gonna get good work. The industry will change. Okay. Oh, the Zhang Zhehan Zhao Ge. Yeah. Maybe it wouldn't get aired, it's okay too. I mean, Yu Zheng, his dramas are like, maybe for all the dramas he makes, only a couple are watchable, and mostly are the dramas he hasn't really gotten too deeply involved, right? When he gets deeply involved, it's crappy drama, most likely. So I'm gonna go away. We have been here for 2 hours. I'm gonna go away for a few minutes and come back and just do a little bit more, and then we should end this stream. Okay, so I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. People are talking about Zhao Ge, right? I don't know. Zhang Zhihan would want that drama to air. I think he would have very complicated feelings towards that drama, hey? It's a drama that made him, for him to impossible to play basketball for future, which is just so sad. Yu Zheng, because of Yu Zheng's situation, maybe it wouldn't be able to air anymore. If that happens, you know, it's like goes around, comes around, it happens. Yeah. Like the Gongjun old drama that came out recently on Mango. I took a look at it and it was like, goodbye. It's like, click it open. Huh? What is this? Goodbye. I don't know what is the official ban on Yu Zheng. There's no saying. These type of things never get spoken clearly. Yeah. You know, like it kind of like how fame can slightly change people, because if you notice what they look like, particularly I think for Zhang Zhehan, right, before this round of like huge fame explosion, I think he just looks prettier and prettier now. And they're saying 名气养人, and maybe it has something to do with it. But because Gongjun is a model, right? He has always been a model, so he kind of knows like the styling wise, how to dress, how to like, he always kind of knows, so it doesn't show on him too clearly, too obviously, like the change. But for Zhang Zhehan, go back and think back in February when they first came out during Chinese New Year to promote the drama, because it aired immediately afterwards, after Chinese drama. The first video, I think on Douyin or something, with him in the red, like Gongjun in the red, him in the, is that black? Can't remember, with the buzz cut. Okay, he was still in the his sort of Yunhan mode, right? At that time, he's in his Yunhan mode. Doesn't quite work yet. But look at the 2-month progression of him getting to this point right now. Today, a few hours ago of his birthday, like his birthday event, he's switching a little bit back into the Ashu's vibe, and it's a good look for him. When he doesn't try to become a tough guy, it's the best when he looks like. He is very, yeah, what can you say, like some people just it suits him. Thank you for Jing. What is that? Thanks for being you. Oh, that's so cute. Is that a pear? It's a pear that's looking at itself in the mirror. Oh my god, that's so cute. You know, like when he tends to get a little bit feminine and soft, it actually looks better. Like it's a better look for him. And I'm really thankful to this producer again and director, is because he insisted he wants to play Wen Kexing in the beginning, and they were like, no, you should play Zhou Zishu. Okay, you're not Wen Kexing. Okay, you have to play Zhou Zishu. But he's like, I want to play Wen Kexing, and then no, okay, no, you have to trust us. We are the, you have to play Zhou Zishu. What now? Wow, that's interesting. And thank you for your, wow, it's a huge super chat. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sending me the super chat. And yeah, staying on the mountain. Probably need to get sunscreen now for staying on the mountain, because it's gonna get really, really high. Like the UV is gonna go crazy. And it's so right that he did this, right? It kind of opened up, like, probably he didn't quite know that he is like that. Because think about that. Previously, his roles are obviously all the tough guy, or like the Wang Ye, the prince, and then the lady is the you know, like the girl that he needs to protect. He always plays that type of roles, and he probably thinks that, you know, like this is what I should be doing. But his greater charisma actually lies in the other area of his personality. Again, he needs to thank Zhou Zishu for digging the 老婆 out of him. And at his birthday, you know, everybody is like, did you watch like a little bit video online that I saw? Is like he's saying thank you to everybody, and then the people under the stage are like, 老婆我爱你, and he's like 还让不让我说话了? Like he just shouts back, right? He's like, stop it! Like, do you guys want to listen to me talk, or do you want to just scream? The night out. Thank you for a super chat. Yeah, he doesn't know that. Once he embraces that anima, right? That's the psychology term of it just people call him goddess, you know, like princess and goddess. I mean, it's so perfect. Like this picture. I'm just trying to find the picture. This is my like phone desk, like my phone screensaver. You know this image, right? It's so pretty. Whoever took that is a genius. I know it's not in focus, but you know, it's the turning in circles. And the funny thing about this image is like it's perfect for wallpaper, but if you look at the original image that got cut, so this is a cutout version. The original version is this one, which is just so ridiculous. I don't know how many people know that, but the original one is this one. So it's them, but then and then 故乡 and okay, I slipped though. 故乡 and 小曹, but then on corner it's 程岭 standing alone. So 成双成对儿, 成对儿, 然后程岭 成双成对儿程岭. Chengling cannot have a CP. Chengling cannot have romantic line. He just has to stand there as a tool person for the entirety of this drama. Serve his purpose. Do his work. Poor kid. I wonder if he finished his homework for the Chinese Labor Day break, because both days he was at the concert, and then previously they had to rehearse, so it's definitely more than 2 days. He probably didn't finish his homework. 成双成对成林. What else can we say? We've said everything we can say about this. This is good. This is a good concert. Very happy. Thank heavens they got the drama's look right throughout the whole thing. So it's fun. It's pretty. Like good photos you take with that. But also it protects the actors. It really does. Because they can do all crazy actions on set, and it still adds their characters. So you cannot oversell it. And even you take a photo of them, like, you know, doing whatever. It's Zhou Zishu and Wen Kexing doing it. It's not Zhang Zhihan and Gong Jun doing it. So like for like creepy RPS shipping, it kind of like cuts that. Like there's no way that you can creepy RPS it. You can just normal. Enjoying that, and then you can also edit that into the drama itself because of some of the coincidental similarity, right, of their actions. So it's really cool decision that they've made with them dressed up as their characters throughout the whole thing. Definitely takes more effort to do, you know, like all the clothing needs to be shipped to this place, makeup, and they got the original makeup team and hair team to do this. Gong Jun was very happy when he saw all those people, right? Like he said in the dinner, at the dinner stage, which is like when I heard and then when I thought whether it's gonna be those people, it did turn out to be. I was so happy. And also because when they got the original hair and makeup people, they can replicate it pretty much 99% as they've done it in the drama. And if they don't hire the same people, they probably wouldn't be able to do it. It's a very tricky thing with the hair thing, right? Like how much hair do I keep for this part? What do I do here? What's the first step or second step? And finally, like I can get your hair to look like that. It's a very, only the people who did it know all the tricks and all the little things about how to get it done perfectly. if you're just looking at it as a picture, and somebody who's never done it, they may not be able to replicate the exact look. So they did the exact look, which is really cool. I think I've said pretty much everything. So if Cool keeps throwing out more content, for example, the backstage of the concert or more, we'll just take it as it comes. We'll just take it as it comes, huh? And I hope there are more. I'm really curious about their reading, like the 围读, right? Circle, like what in China we call circle, and then script read. Cause I am just so curious about like looking at them playing it out before they shoot it. Second concert, I don't know. There hasn't been confirmation. I think if there are, it will be on the internet everywhere. I haven't seen it. I've done too much on this drama. I also need to somehow get off the mountain, but I don't see how that can happen anytime soon. Like I do want to make a couple of more edits that I do have in my mind, but I'm like a little bit tired now, and then I haven't found the perfect way of doing it, and so I'm like taking my time. So I may make a couple more, but I'm not sure when I'm gonna make them. Immortality, who knows when it's gonna come out. Honestly, I think it's not likely to come out before Chinese National Day, which will be October. Cause say if they're putting a hold on it because of the July celebration, then immediately after that you can't just show up the next day, right? That would be like, what are you trying to do? So even if it's summer, I don't see how it's likely to show up in July. And then because July and August is so close to each other, right? So might as well just go like wait till the end, like wait till the cycle finishes at October, and then start throwing it out. I mean, it's not so bad because it's already been delayed anyway. So what's the difference of delaying it till July or before Chinese National Day or after? Thank you for your super chat, Aim. Pick up Zhang Zhehan straightening from his bro is messy hairstyle. Yeah. You're so specific. Do you mean the blue one? Because he's done that a couple of times during this concert. But one of them is when he was dressed in the blue wedding gown. Hair and clothes really help you to become a different person. Like imagine if they're dressed in contemporary clothing, so they couldn't, like their movement will not be so restricted, and they will look very different. Like their movement will become different. So yeah. Mr. Dragon is not bad. I watched 1 episode and a half, and I don't think I want to continue for Mr. Dragon. Yesterday I watched 1 episode and a half. Yeah, exactly 1 episode and a half. I think it's based on the game, right? And I haven't played the game. I don't know about the story at all. So I think when drama started, the first moment I looked at it, I was really, really unhappy about the look of it. I don't know why. For the type of fantasy drama these days, people want to opt for the particular look that is so low contrast, high exposure, and the color gets so washed out. Like look at the actress's face. It's like literally it's like waxy, and their clothing just disappears. All the color disappears. All the contrast. Like the face has no contour. You can't tell where is the nose. You don't even see the jawline. It just all gets gone. Like it's just overexposure and skin smoothing to the point that you like, where is your face? You know, you're looking at the shot. It's like, where is your face? Where's the edge of your face? I can't find the edge of your face. And then they go for the costume, which is like layers and layers of like really thin, like that kind of material to show their 仙气, right? Like fairies and a goddess. But I'm like, it's so ugly. It's so cheap. It's like the curtains. You know, it's like the curtain fabric you get. Like, come on. And the hair is like this, right? Like the top of the hair gets a little bit stuff going on with a little bit piece, and the rest is always down. And for all the 仙侠, all the god falling in love kind of like dramas, it's all like that. All the guys, all the girls with the same hair and this like super multiple layer of like whatever curtain and super light color, or like not so light, but then in post production we just delete all your color. Hiya, Uncle Roger, okay? Spiritual Uncle Roger receiving Uncle Roger. It's like, hiya. So when I look at that, like yesterday, like when I watched the first episode, when Wang Hedi turned from a dragon to a human, he overexposed so much. He's like a freaking light bulb. I'm like, oh God, come on. And he's white haired, so it's even whiter. It's like, come on. So I have problems with the look of things, and it really offends me. So like at that moment I'm like, yeah, do I have to get into the story? And then I look at the story. It's pretty much like first 1 episode and a half is like 三生三世. It's like 10 miles of peach blossoms in the human realm. 白浅 Susu's story was Ye Hua basically rescuing a snake. And the funny thing is, Zhu Xudan is Jia Xing actress. Her boss is Yang Mi. Back in 10 miles, she played a role who copied Yang Mi's face. Now in this drama, she played a role that does the exact same thing as Yang Mi does in that drama, rescuing a snake who is actually a dragon, and then feed it and take care of it, and also having the snake ending up sleeping on the same bed as she does. And the snake also has 2 little ears, like the same thing as Ye Hua's black snake has. And the only difference is Ye Hua is a black snake. And Wang Hedi this time, his role is a white snake. Like when I look at that happening, I was like, easy, hey? Just take my boss's previous drama's rose script and put it into my new drama. I don't care if it's intentional or not, it's weird. When I watch it, I was like, 玄女. This time you're playing Susu, right? You really want to upgrade it to 100% playing 白浅. So I was laughing too much at that point and didn't continue watching. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna go back. And this drama also looks quite like the lighting and the costume design it's pretty much like Pillow Book level. Yeah. You know, if you watch Pillow Book, right? A very similar kind of aesthetics. But we shall see, you know, whatever happens. For mainland drama. Thank you. Zephyr? Shooting Taiwan? I mean, unless they have like really need to shoot moments in Taiwan, I don't know. Why? Like, cause their drama or their production starts collaboration. Like I don't know what's the exact rule of like shooting in Taiwan or whatever. But honestly, most of unless the story really has to take place in say Taiwan, right? Like some landmark place that has to happen. Why would you want to go? You probably incur more cost, right? You would want to do it just in mainland. It depends on, I mean, for productions, it's always just like whatever saves the money and gets it done convincingly enough, we go for it. So we can do this a little bit more. We're already 2 hours and a half or as well. Wow. Yeah. Well, who cares? Do 10 more minutes and then we're off. Because in the Chinese audio one, I did 4 hours, and I mean, I was just not on camera. It's fine. Yeah, and also for the people who happen to be watching this video, right? I recommend the drama again to you. That I'm not affiliated with it. I don't get any money from it. But go and watch the Imperial Coroner. I've made a video already last week recommending it. It's really good. The only shortcoming is it's cheap. So it looks like not ideal at places, and also the dubbing sometimes doesn't fit the mouth. Also, you can pick at, for example, like nobody is a super good actor, like impressively good, but they've all done a very acceptable job. So you wouldn't feel like you're out of the story. You are still kept in the story. So if you have to pick at what are the shortcomings of that drama, those are. But that's it. So far, I'm very, very, very happy. 御赐小仵作, the Imperial Coroner on Tencent. That's gonna ridiculously start VVIP this week from Thursday, and next week it's gonna end with VVIP. So it doesn't want itself to become popular. What can we do? I'm definitely not gonna VVIP it. I'm just gonna watch it normally as it updates. But the detective plotline is really well written. The characters are really well written. I am so thankful for the leads to be 正常人, right? Like the other up has said, normal people with normal logic within that world setting of doing normal actions that make sense. It's no stupid romantic filled brain that does absolutely horrendous stupid things. Everybody is so normal and clever and logical and acting as human. Okay, can't believe like normal people are so hard to come across, but in Chinese dramaland, you just don't come across normal people. Everybody is kind of like, for most of the dramas, okay, doesn't matter if it's period or contemporary, it's just ridiculous. They don't follow normal logic. Like the action, like the language they speak here, it doesn't make sense, like most of the time. For example, okay, just take an example I've just watched yesterday, the Mr. Dragon. Pick one random scene out of it, which is the female lead actress. First is, she is a servant to another girl. So she is like the maid. But like she doesn't do any maid's job. Like you don't see her doing it. When she's taking care of the snake, right? For all the shots that she's taking care of the snake, you don't see the lady she's serving. It's like she doesn't need to work. She has a huge room that's beautifully decorated and she just lives there and she doesn't need to do anything. And you don't see her like, I have to do my job and then I have like a little bit of time on the side, I take care of the snake. And she's like, are you a maid or are you like the lady of the house? And then one day she wakes up, and because she mentioned that she likes to eat chestnut, roasted chestnut. So when she wakes up, it's on her desk because the dragon heard it. And so the dragon got that for her, but she doesn't know. She wakes up and then it's there. And she just takes it up and she's like, it smells so nice. And she has to say it. It's like, you can act. You know, nobody is in the room. You're alone. Or who are you acting it for? Taking it out and, it smells so good. Normal people? Like, if nobody's watching you and when you're smelling some food really nice, are you gonna say that out loud in a room? It's like, this smells so good. Normal people, okay? So, that's not normal people. Yeah. And then she smells it and she said, it smells so good. And she's like, who gives me this? She says, there must be a 神仙. I don't know who you are, but I thank you. Okay, for normal people, they would be, who gave this to me? And she would probably walk out of the room and looking around and maybe asking around, is like, who put this here? Did you put this? Like, no, she goes around and thank you for a random god somewhere that put put the chestnut on my desk. I'm like, where is the normal people in this drama? You know the 高冷人设绝不崩, the reaction person that I said you have to go and watch, when he was reacting to the 长歌行, the long ballad, he mentioned the same thing, is when a character is alone in the space and there's no good reason for him to do a facial expression or say a line, don't say it. But the drama does that because it knows camera is on the character and the audiences are looking. But the thing that the person is doing is illogical. But then because, I don't know why, they have to make the actor act that expression and say that line that doesn't make sense. And this is like, for normal drama, it happens all the time. And I think he laughed at the, if you watch The Long Ballad, there's one scene early on in the drama when the guy, the young boy who died later, who got into the cake shop, you know, like there's a dessert shop at night, and he got into the door and he tries to eat the food, right? And then he didn't know that Chang'e is hidden inside it. If you remember that scene, when he opened the door, he looked into it and acting that, like sneaking into it, like with that expression, with that facial expression, and the reaction person is like, who are you acting your facial expression for? Nobody is watching you. You're weird for doing that. And it makes so much sense, right? But this is what bad drama does, which is it just disregards human logic. And thankfully for 御赐小仵作, the Imperial Coroner, it does not exist. Things like that does not exist. Everybody is normal person. So if you want to pick at the stupidity of dramas, right, it can be teared apart and it's so horrible. And it's true, most of the Chinese dramas are stupid in that way. And because they're all so stupid to the point that audiences have gotten used to it. And they don't even recognize what they're looking, it just does not make sense. Don't pretend it's a spoiler. 长歌行 is done. You know what happened. It's not even like the later part of the plot. Okay? Sunshine? Don't say 老婆啊, 我爱你 here, he can't see it. Go to Weibo and send like comment under his post. So if you want to look at normal people and good logic and interesting case and interesting character and really good character, go and watch Imperial Coroner. The male lead, the male second, the female lead, the female second, they're such good people. And you appreciate, like, it's another 角色加成. It's the character that makes the actors look better. Yeah, for the male lead particularly. He's so not my type, and the first look I was like, yeah, he's just an ordinary looking guy for drama, right, as a leading man. There's no sort of like on appearance wise something that would attract me to keep watching this drama. So I was like, yeah, so for this drama I'm definitely not gonna watch it because of good looking people. Okay, but then after a couple of episodes I'm like, I was like, this is a good guy, this is such a good character, and he's so okay. So for 御赐小仵作, the male lead character, if he's a real person in real life, it will be a guy that's so worth marrying for all the girls out there. That's my opinion and judgment on this character, okay? Character. Such a good guy. Wow. If this is a real person in your life who's like that, grab him. that would be my opinion on 御赐小仵作's male lead character. I mean, the male second is also very, very good. Which, what a good guy. Wow. I haven't seen a normal, clever, logical, intelligent, reasonable, kind guy in period drama who is a normal person, who's not a god, who doesn't have superpowers for how long? Wow. And this guy is just so good. Good. It's just, what a good character. Go and watch it, you'll understand. Ah, you know, that is good. That is good writing, good character that makes the actor look better. And we need that. So if you have that type of work coming out, you don't need to worry about your favorite actors, you know, ever getting a good role again. If the average writing level is at that, this is a low budget production, really, really poor, but let's say if the average writing level is at this, every actor you like is gonna get a good role. And you want that. That is what you want for Dramaland. And I think I've heard for the Imperial Coroner, which is done by the production company that did the Ultimate Note, the good thing about that is they had two script writers. One is the original novel writer, so she changed the stuff that in her novel for the drama. And then there's another writer who comes in, so it's two girls. Two girls wrote Imperial Coroner's script. And the good thing about them is they are genzu. So they're genzu scriptwriter. They follow the crew while they're shooting. So they're not just wrote it, give it to you, go away. They're not that type of scriptwriter. They actually are following the shooting schedule. So they're with the entire production team. If we're filming tomorrow, something we need to change something, or because of some reason we cannot shoot a scene now we need to get it rewritten, the two scriptwriters are on the set. They're on set and they're figuring out how we're gonna make this work. And I think for Word of Honor, it's pretty much the same situation. They have the scriptwriter following the crew. So if anything needs to be adjusted at a certain point, we can do it. And it's done by the two people who know the script best. It's not some random other people who come in and just mess it up. Because if you do something wrong, it may just affect the later plot logic and something doesn't connect anymore. So it's a good thing that this drama had that. So probably that's why the script quality is very, very, very solid. And because it's two girls writing, so it definitely has a lot of those things that you notice, right? In the lines, and totally the male characters respect the women in the drama, and you can tell it's okay. So if it's written by two girls, you kind of see why that happens. So it's good. Yeah, I'm praising a drama at the end of a Word of Honor or stream that has nothing to do with Word of Honor. The only similar thing is they're both poor drama that doesn't have money, but have good script and people who care about telling good stories. Script writer. Yeah, so Chinese Dramaland's problem is not there aren't good scriptwriters. It is the good scriptwriters have no control over the end product. They can write good stuff, and then it gets changed halfway down the line by some weird people coming from nowhere, investors, main lead's own team, whatever, and it screws up the whole thing. And then it needs to go through another round of censorship and stuff, and then so eventually it becomes like who knows what. So good scriptwriters are everywhere in China. It's just like they don't get the job they should be doing. It's always the wrong people doing the job. Low budget, good script. Yeah, low budget plus good script, great drama. Because it's low budget, that means there aren't that many chefs in the kitchen. There aren't that many people trying to manipulate it. And then it gets left alone to be done by professional freaking people. I haven't watched Killer and Healer. I have no time. Yeah, investors think they know what they're doing, but they don't. Ash of Love is too long. I will always say that Ashes of Love has like it can cut 20-30 episodes out of it. It will be better. Killer and Healer, yeah, if I have time, huh? Okay. Wow, it's 12. Yeah. It's getting close to 3 hours. Well, I don't have much to say. What else? People type a few things that you want discussed here, and then I'm gonna go off. Has Priest ever come out in public? Don't think so. I'd prefer her staying that way. Yeah, 3 hours, eh? Live stream. eats time away like crazy. I've seen people actually live stream for over 8 hours. I don't know how they do it, but apparently human can do that. Maintain popularity? No, because popularity is it's something like that. It's a heartbeat. Nobody can maintain it. Like, how do you maintain it? Unless you continuously throw out dramas that are popular. That's the only way. It's like, okay, I'm popular now, and immediately a next drama comes out, it's even better. If you're that lucky, okay? Otherwise, it will go down naturally. There's this thing, right? And the next good popular thing come out, this one will be pushed down. But it's just what normally happens, it should be happening. You can't just stay on the top all the time. Really, Mai, thank you for your super chat. You're welcome for Discord and welcome for the edits. I love making the edits too. I mean, I can't help it. It's like nobody's forcing me to make them. And I don't get really much return from doing that, apart from I like doing it. 墨香铜臭 MIF. I have no idea. I haven't looked into it. And I don't follow it anyway. I'm not like a huge fan of any of the particulars of BL writers, really. You know, I look at a good drama, if it's satisfying, it's good, but for the original author, you know, I'm pretty like neutral. And sometimes I'm really bothered by their grammatical mistakes. Liu Yuning. Well, what can I say? 爱情保安, right? Bodyguard for love. He's gonna bodyguard all the dramas that come out this year. He's been in pretty much every sort of popular romantic young actor leading drama this year. I mean, he acted in one. What can you say? This guy. And he's gonna have more dramas too. Although he needs to sort out his acting, okay? His acting is not that good. His posture, his acting needs to get sorted out, but his singing is good. And he's tall, so he has legs, if that counts as anything. Yeah. Immortality, definitely. If I'm Tencent, I'm gonna check out Immortality this year for sure. But as for when, we shall see. 天官赐福, HOB has no news yet. I don't know what's going on. And iQIYI is in deep shit right now, so I don't think it cares about this side of the thing. It's caring about the other side of the thing, because they just tipped over with the show. So iQIYI probably is more worried about their idol show than the drama yet, so we haven't heard anything. Anything else? 天涯客, now that the drama did well, there'd be other adaptations of 天涯客 has an audio play already, right? I haven't heard, like, I haven't really listened to it, but I know it's there. Liu Yuning, yeah, he did, but he wouldn't, like, he just said very normal things. It's like, as long as it makes you happy, because music is there to make people happy, which is so official, but it's correct. Who cares about if Gong Jun sings well? When you watch Gong Jun singing, are you watching for like him singing well? No? You're watching for la 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 la. You're watching for the vibe, right? You're watching for the happy 打工人. Yeah, 杀破狼 has no news yet. Don't know what's going on. And because I think it needs to go through second round of censorship, probably yeah, who knows. Very unclear. And they're probably also intentionally trying to keep it low, like the news wise, because of what, like, right now is not the best time to promote it, you know, later this year. And I think pretty much that's all. I have no idea what is jumping in controversy. I'm not a gossip collector. I'm actually really behind most of people's gossip. I'm not even 事业粉, I'm really drama fan. So I care about the drama first, and then drama couples, yeah, and then as for the real person in real life, my opinion is as long as they don't end up on 社会版 on newspaper. the part that talks about real society problems, like, you know, like pretty much like they don't end up on the like tax evasion, breaking laws, like drunk driving and like drugs and prostitution, that type of thing. You know, as long as they don't end up on that side of the things, whatever else is going on with the mess of the entertainment business, I don't care. Okay, I think we're pretty much at the end of this. We can intentionally push 10 minutes just to make it 3 hours because what? Because I want to make people's life difficult. Let me see, what is the looking at the time, like how long I've been here. Okay, yeah, okay, YouTube is not really doing it correctly, whatever. Okay, so we can intentionally just push it to 3 hours just to make it difficult for latecomers to just see I'm sitting here randomly looking at the camera, not saying anything, and fill it up to 3 hours. Oh, and just making YouTube server taking that much more bit more data, right? Occupy their server. Make their cloud drive a little bit working hard, a little bit more. Favorite moment, too many. I mean, most people would say the ending hug, right, is great, and it is classic. It would be monumental. It's a monumental moment in the history of BL adaptation in China, and it's always gonna be there. It's gonna have its position forever. Okay, so that's definitely like the biggest moment that came out of this. But in terms of like throughout the whole process, it's hard to pick. Like there are very many little exchanges that are interesting. The whole thing is enjoyable. Like when you when you have nothing to do, you can turn it up and for 3 hours just listen to them talking. Nail game. Bai's costume is so pretty. I have to say, he has one of the prettiest white costumes I've seen in Imperial dramas. Often white costumes are very boring, but his is good. His layers are good, and when he turns in circles, so pretty, so pretty. Concert is on YouTube. It's also on Youku. You have to pay for it. The official versions. Bai Yi, 老祖宗. He's a fun guy. And he plays very different characters in different dramas, right? He was the eunuch in 如懿传, and so different from this drama. He's the Dou M. He's the Dou M in Love and Redemption, right? And you'd expect it, like he's a very diverse actor. He can play all kinds of roles who are very, very different. Oh, and this whole drama, everybody is totally shipping, like shipping the couple like crazy. All the actress, all the actors, everybody is so shipping it. Oh my god, it's so obvious. You see the like Du Pusa, right? The actress Zhao Qian and Ke Nanyu, the actress who playing Liu Qianqiao, and also Chen Zihan. She's just like, she's so shipping it. Do you remember? she posted a video. Okay, she didn't do it. Probably her crew or her team, like her actress team, probably did it. A video of Zhou Zishu and Wen Kexing, an edit that literally is like, I'm hosting their wedding. Do you know? Do you remember? She posted that on Weibo, Chen Zihan, who played Xi Sanggui, and it got on trending so fast. Immediately to the top of the third or the fourth position on trending on Weibo. And it was like, people were like, oh shit, stop! And it got deleted immediately. Like, she deleted it because she realized it's gotten too much attention. So immediately deleting that. Thank you for one of the mountain people. Thank you for super chat. I've already talked about the closing speech, I think, very early on in this stream. So if you look at the playback, it has that. Yeah, one of the best. The best version you can possibly imagine, and they gave it to you. That's the best. That's the best. Really, the best outcome you can come out of this concert. The ending speech. It kind of closes all possibilities of like weird misinterpretation, but then it opens the for the future. And yeah, what else can you ask for? So Chen Zihan, she's so shipping it. She gave the candy. She gave the wedding candy, right, to Gong Jun and Zhang Zhehan. And she's like, when are you getting married? I'm like, older people are crazier. Because they grew up at the time when things are not so tight. Yeah, Chinese cultural kind of stuff is more censored these days. But then say compared to early 2000s or even 90s, 80s are pretty wild. Very, very wild. So like for Heizi, because he's born in 71, right? So in the 90s, he's in his 20s. That's like the prime age of going crazy. So when he was in his 20s, he was in the 90s where dramas are much crazier in their lines, what they talk about, like the entire entertainment business is wild. It's just like there's no internet, so you don't know, but people are crazier, much crazier than now. So when they've gone through that period, and now they're in their late, like 40s, 50s, and they're looking at those young people, and like, and they're surprised. That's why they're surprised at how basically people are self-censoring. People are self-censoring, and people are being very, very covert about stuff. Back then, when they were young, the stuff were like, it's normal. Entertainment business was wild before, and this is like standard. We've done crazier things when we were younger. What's wrong with you young people? Like he's pretty much like. So like Chen Zihan is also like not that old, but she's older than the main cast too. So they are so shameless about their shipping. Like they're all shipologists for sure. Scorpion can sing. Everybody knows he's a good singer. I think everyone who are mountain people know that he's a good singer because he's done other programs. He's sung at certain stuff. Like I've heard him sing before, like really good and very different from his talking voice. Yeah, he's a better singer than Zhang Zhehan. Okay, I'm gonna get hate from that, but it's true. Or probably he practices more. I don't know. Zhang Zhehan graduated from musical major, but because he doesn't do musical really, so he hasn't been really practicing it for years. So he's like better than normal people, but definitely not as good as professionals. Okay, and if you look at the concert, the best singer is Wang Xi. The concert, the best performance comes from the singer who is a real proper singer who got trained properly in a very proper old-fashioned way, and who sang like more like classical singing, like who got trained in that. And then the second one would be Huo Zun. Okay, Huo Zun is also like trained with like not like the classic singing westernized, but like the traditional Chinese singing. So he's like the second, the best, like in terms of note. Being on the note and then the breathing and everything, like close enough to the studio recorded version, and then after that, Husha. I say Husha would be the third one, and then it will be the rest of the people. And Zhang Zhehan's second day was better than the first day. But his singing still needs tuning for sure. Well, the truth is, right, you're singing live, it's hard. It's really, really hard. If you're not a professional person who trains all the time, it's hard. It's just hard. It's very, very hard. Particularly pop singing, actually. I think pop singers, right, the style of pop singing is harder to stay very steady and safe. And if you're doing classical singing and very Chinese folk singing, it's pretty much always here. And or often it's the head voice, and it's like, it just doesn't get so wobbly. And pop singing, because it kind of moves around all the time, and it's harder to control the breathing. Yeah. Oh, I just remember one thing, final thing. It's 3 hours. I've done it. So I'm gonna stop this very soon. I remember after the first day's concert, when they left the auditorium, I think it was the two actors waving at the other actors' fandom. It was so funny. Like, I heard that, I was laughing like crazy. It's like they were leaving, and then they know on which side is which guy's fandom standing and waiting for them. And they intentionally definitely did that, which is Zhang Zhehan waving at Gong Jun's fans and Gong Jun waving at Zhang Zhehan's fans, and basically forcing the two sides of the fans to exchange contact afterwards so that they can exchange photos. Because you're on this side, you're shooting the other guy, right? So you don't have your idol's photo. It's on the other side people's hands, and you have to come talk to the other person. It's like, can't we just email or like WeChat and the other image? Epic! It's like epic! It's like, can you be more like face slapping than this? It's like epic. But these two definitely did it intentionally. It was like, you know, like Gong Jun probably is like and Zhang Zhehan is ha 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 ha. Right? Secretly, they're like that. Okay. Golden. So we're gonna end with hee 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 and haha. Thank you for watching this live stream. That's 3 hours. Thank you for all the super chats, for everybody who's joined at whatever point of this live stream. And then I'm gonna leave the stuff in the pinned comment after YouTube has processed this thing, so probably a couple of hours later than this. You can go back to check the pinned comment for all the Bilibili links that I'm gonna put there. Thank you for watching Avenue X live stream. I'll see you next time. Take care, have fun, and sleep well, eat well, protect your skin on the mountain.